my gosh. Oh my gosh, Aqua! It's been so long. It has been too long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I cannot even believe it. I miss you. Girl, what have you been doing? I'm sorry that I literally never reach out, but also hi. Hello and welcome, Raiders. It's me, Ellie, with a rare weekday stream. I'm trying to get back into it, so we have exciting things ahead of us. I guess, we're cooked? Wait, why are you cooked? Did she cook you, or did you cook her? Who's been cooked? Who's cooking? Cooked or cooking? Chundy Dragon! Thank you so much for the sub! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're so cooked. We're so cooked. We cooked each other. Wow. Wow. This is a level of content that I cannot even aspire to. She put you in an air fryer? That's actually a brilliant idea for a stream. Easy content. Easy content. Is that a snail on my shoulder? No, it's a code bug. It's a code bug. Look at them. They're all over the dang place. They're all over the dang place. We got an infestation is what we got. Welcome, Raiders. Model looks different? Did you work out? Yeah, I've been working out. I don't know if you can tell. I have not been working out. I miss running so bad. I haven't gotten to run in a while because I don't live somewhere where it's like really good for running. Yes, please shout out Aqua. Listen, if you're here right now, you probably know who Aqua is, but in case you don't, she's funny and she sings real pretty. She's a little alien. And she makes funny sounds. So, you know, go follow her. Ellie not running, I know, it's making me depressed. It's making me depressed, and I believe in kind of like a superstitious and unfounded and unscientific way that it is giving me acne. That's my belief, is that every day I don't run, I'm getting acne. So I miss running. Aqua is your brother's Oshi? Heck yeah! I love that. I love that you guys can talk about that. Idle Qua. Do code bugs vibe code? It depends on the code bug. There is some disagreement on this. Listen, acne is fricked up and evil. Rhea, I know. Also, I miss you. There are so many people I miss. Bad kids, thank you. I'm not the protagonist, thank you. And Chacker, thank you. Hello, everybody. How is the new place? Sweaty. It's pretty sweaty and it's very small. There's no windows. I have to like lean. Well, okay, so there are two windows, but they look at another building, so I have to like lean up. Swaggy, no way! That's been a billion years. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. And Cleop, thank you. If you vibe code, it means you're vibing to your favorite music while coding. Yeah, so yeah, apartment rooftop view. So if you like lean your head out the window and look up, you can see some sky. But it just looks like nighttime in here all the time. Never mind, AKD, thank you so much. So I live in the eternal gloom, but honestly, it's not too bad for me. But I'm working on it. We're taking steps in that direction, and I have already begun the process of planning, you know, what's going to be a kind of a crazy thing is when I'm in grad school, I'm going to have more time, and I want to spend a lot of that time that I have more of streaming. And I want to, because I'll finally be able to, I want to do a subathon before school starts, because I've missed you guys. I haven't gotten to stream in so long. Sprig, thank you! Camo, thank you! Giddy, thank you! So, it's gonna be a little while, obviously, from now. I have to, you know, move and get ready for school, and I don't know if you guys are gonna like this or not. I hope that this is the right kind of dorky. I hope. Camo, thank you! Giddy the pig, thank you! Fat Kids, thank you again! Oh my gosh, Nightlight Wizard, thank you! What's his face, thank you! So, you know how last time we did a subathon, I was studying for coding interviews, and as a result, Naz, thank you! We were doing coding practice, and in the mornings I would be, you know, working on leak code problems. Since last week, you're completely addicted to my songs! Yo! Thank you so much! I'm honored. I was just working on a couple of new songs today. That's pretty exciting stuff. J-Line, thank you! amazing. So I thought it would be fun if this time we kept up the sort of educational theme, but because you know, I'm going to be studying medical topics, I thought maybe we could do bio and chem. I thought maybe we could spend our mornings studying hard. I could read to you from textbooks. We could do flashcards together. We could talk through stuff that doesn't make sense to us and learn together. And then in the afternoons, we can play games because we'll have earned it, because we'll have been so good. So that's my idea for this one. Normal chem or organic chem? We'll see what we get to. I've never touched organic chem. I know it's going to be a big part of this program, and I live in fear of that day. Great Frog Emissary, thank you so much! You did it. My wife doesn't normally like the style of music you release, but she loves the song Glory. I'm honored. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry for your wife that she has been forced to listen to all of my other songs. Please sing. Oh, okay. I'm ignoring that one. I'm ignoring that one. I will not speak a word about it. I'm ignoring. But yeah, so I think that it would be fun. I told my mom that I was scared about organic chem, and she was like, oh, you don't need to be scared about it. It's actually very simple once you are familiar. But I don't think that's true. I think if that were true, people wouldn't be as afraid of it as they are. As a Chem E student, you can confirm organic chem is evil. Yeah, that's my impression. I don't know if we're gonna get to that. I think we're mostly just gonna be brushing up on bio and chem. Because it's been a freaking while. It's been a while. You've heard from friends with OChem classes that they hated it? Yup, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Yo, iTwins, thank you. Oh my gosh, tier 3, thank you so much. The naming standards in organic chem are part of the evil. Yo, you know what I miss? I miss when we were doing like shared memory stuff and everything was called shmem, and your pointer in shared memory was called the shmempter. That really got me, man. I'm still thinking about the shmempter. The shmempter really got me through a lot. The shmempter got me through like hardware architecture, which was kind of a miserable class. Ty, thank you so much. You never have to. Harley! Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. How have you been? I want to play Slay the Spire with you. When are we playing Slay the Spire? Yo! Mark, thank you! Oh my gosh, y'all are amazing. I've missed you so much. I have missed all of you so much. I didn't get to stream for like so long. And then when I did, you know, like, okay, I love doing the balding streams. They're like my favorite. Tnas! Tnas? I'm not sure. Thank you so much for 20 gifted! Let's go! Thank you! Thank you so much! Angelip, thank you! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I am honored! I am honored! So yeah, I'm so excited to be back. I've really missed it. I'm really excited. I feel like last time I did a subathon, I was like, oh god, a subathon, I'm gonna die. But this time, I'm excited for it. And it's not gonna be for a couple months, but I am gonna be streaming a little bit more regularly, and I am gonna be streaming a little bit more. The Lad's Throne! Thank you so much! Thank you so much! Not all that evil, thank you so much, both of you! Whoa! Oh my gosh! The Lad's Throne, thank you so much for 5 gifted. And Not all that evil, thank you so much for 5 gifted. And Argo Halfbreed, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Thank you! Oh my gosh! Banana Chads! Argo, not all that evil. And the Lad's Throne. Thank you so much! Thank you so much! And it also won't be that long because I don't have the endurance of my friends. Like, I see, I mean, obviously, like, Crelly is, and I mean this in the best way, a freak of nature. Like, no one should be able to. Jean Bart, thank you so much for 5 gifted! And Fundrak, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Thank you! Thank you both, Fundrak and Jean Bart! Thank you so much for 5 gifted! She can do insane, impossible things, right? If a normal human specimen, if a normal cow specimen, 1 year since discovering and subbing, my music got you through some late working nights, especially same moon. Ah! And got me the motivation to finish and submit my bachelor's thesis this week. Let's go! Oh my gosh! Guys, can we get some celebrations in chat for Neutron Corianus, who submitted their bachelor's thesis. That's enormous. That's awesome. I am thrilled for you. But yeah, it's I am not capable of that, right? We all know that if I tried to stream for like, I don't know, how long was she streaming? What, 6 months straight? Just like no breaks? I would deteriorate before your eyes, right? I would not be the same robot that started almost a full year. Oh my god, it was almost a year? Wait, is that true? Is that like certifiably true? That's messed up. That's like actually terrifying. I can't even wrap my head around that at all. I would not be well, right? I would not be well. Yeah, she got us all moldy. But like, for me, it's just gonna be until school starts. So it is gonna be capped. It's not gonna be uncapped. Rod and Ralph, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 5 gifted. And like, I am in this kind of interesting spot because I wanna know what you guys wanna see from me. I feel like it's been a while since I've had enough time to just really pour my heart into streaming. And I want to know what kind of content you guys want to see. So like, obviously we're going to play games. Obviously we're going to hang out with our friends. Obviously there's going to be music. There's going to be lullaby ASMR. But like, Elden Ring would be kind of a humiliation ritual, but maybe it'll be a sub-goal. Whoa! Zervan! Zervan Unix, thank you so much! Thank you so much for 5 gifted. More karaoke streams. I would love that. I would love that. More bugs chatting. Yeah. Yeah. Ellie teaches chat. Well, that's gonna be a big part of the Subathon, is gonna be just learning about topics together. Do a flip. I can't because if I rotate the model that way, you're gonna see the feet, and I don't live like that. I don't live like that. But yeah, I am, so do a barrel roll. Listen, I can only turn on one axis as a 2D woman, and if I turn on that axis, you will see my feet. Ella! Oh my gosh, Ella, we were planning something at some point. I'm sorry, we need to do that. Whoa, Robin Valentine! Oh my gosh, Robin, thank you so much for 20 gifted! Let's go! Oh my gosh, what a giga chat! Robin Valentine! Oh my gosh, thank you! Thank you! I cannot believe we're at a level 11 hype train. That's insane. That's insane, we just started. So yeah, there's gonna be more songs, more music, more chatting, more talking about whatever dumb science stuff I'm thinking about that day, or learning about for school. Chrome, thank you! And there's gonna be more, I want to do some projects. I think it would be really fun to do some hands-on projects. Maybe even like outside of the realm of robotics even, like woodworking type stuff. I think that would be really cool. What about working on Evil's drone? I don't know if that's still happening. I don't know if I still have permission. I don't know what the plan is. But yeah. Build Neuro a human-sized body. So that is a project that is in the works, but it's a really intense project. It's not a solved problem. So, without getting too into the weeds, getting her to control a body, a humanoid body convincingly and in a human-like fashion in VR is a really hard problem to solve, and I am really impressed by it. Whoa, microwaved Wagyu steak, thank you so much! And Fizz, thank you! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much! That is a very hard problem to solve. However, I will say that it doesn't solve the problem of getting her to actually balance and stay upright, right? That's already kind of a hard problem, and anything can throw that off, right? And when you have a biped, they're constantly balancing. And so anything that she does with her upper body, any way that she is moving and angling herself, whenever she lifts up a foot, right? All of these things, any way that she conveys herself, they don't really matter in VR, but they matter a great deal in an actual humanoid. So, like I've said, I have access to a humanoid, and these are just kind of problems that need to be solved before we can even think about putting her in there, because getting her to control it is not actually that complicated, right? If you have her controlling something in VR chat, you're already sending pose data, right? And it's just a matter of translating that pose data for the robot that you want to use. Isa, hey! Oh my gosh! A humanoid can't float in the air. Yes, she does have a tendency to float in the air. So learning like a toddler then. Kaz, thank you so much for 5 gifted! She probably won't be learning like a toddler, right? That kind of learning requires really good physics simulations and a ton of time and compute power and space for running them, right? And so what's much more likely to happen, because, you know, we don't even really know what the robot would be yet, is that it will pay for compute. He has enough going on. I don't need to put that on him. But yeah. So here's, yeah. Humans should have the ability to float in the air. Okay, when you guys dream that you can fly, it's never like, oh my god, I've acquired a sacred power. It's always like, oh, I didn't realize that if I just kept jumping, I would fly. Is that the experience you guys have too? Because that's always the experience I have. Put Neuro in GTA 6. I mean, that's an important job anyway. That's an important task regardless, really, of whether she controls a humanoid body. Yeah, yours is jumping or front flips over and over. Yeah! Yeah, it's crazy. And then you're just like up and then you're soaring and you're like, oh yeah, you gotta flap your arms. I love that. I love that. You have to throw yourself at the ground and miss. What is that from? That's a quote from something, but I don't remember what. Yours is more like Superman. You just like one arm up and just like psh, into the sky. Yours is like swimming. Yeah, it's sometimes kind of strenuous like swimming too. If you flap your arms hard enough, you can fly. I feel like there are other limiting factors there, you know? Like, you sort of just float upward like a kite. This is kind of fascinating. This is like when I found out, okay, you know, you guys know, Claus a Sprocket, thank you! You guys know how when you're a kid and you're in the car and you're looking out the window of the car and you imagine like a dot that's on the window, you imagine that it's cutting through all the trees and the landscape and everything, you know? Like, you sit there and you look out the window and you look at the speck on the window and you imagine that it's just, like, slicing. I did not realize that was, like, a universal experience. Yeah, you imagined a little fella! Yeah, running! Yeah, I was absolutely... Oh, apparently your arms would rip off before you could get enough lift. So, you know, don't do that then. But yeah, yours was a little guy running on the guardrail. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so I don't know. I love when I find out that something like that is like a universal human experience and not just like a quirk, you know? Sometimes had to be a crosshair for a gun and it would shoot waves of enemies. I love that. That's creative. That's a creative kid right there. You had a skateboarder doing tricks? Oh my god, that's too sick. You watched the rows between crops and fields and they'd look like legs going zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh my god, wait, I love that. You don't remember your flying dreams well enough. We'll have more. Have one tonight, actually. Dream you can fly. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be back. I've missed this. I've really missed this. So we're gonna Everblaine! Oh my gosh, thank you! Can't wait to see more of Ellie's spirit emanating into the culture. What does that mean? I like it, but what does it mean? Oh my gosh. So, you can tell how many of us had long family car vacations in the days before cell phones. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I was thinking about the fact we didn't even have, like, the TVs in the car, right? When we were in the car, it was like, we had these, like, trivia cards where you could do, like, random trivia, and we had, like, Mad Libs, and we had, like, auto bingo, which was, you would flip all of the things closed. They had, like, little window things over all the things, and you'd be like, oh, I saw a telephone pole, because auto bingo was made in like the literal 50s when telephone poles were not something that you saw all the time. So, you know, you had an ancient DVD player. Yeah. You had a Game Boy. I didn't have anything, dude. I had the ability to annoy my sisters and see if they would do anything amusing. Sour Maxi Food! Thank you weird. You had books or Tiger handheld games. What are Tiger handheld games? Like, were they Tiger games that were handheld, or is this a brand? You had Slug Bug. You had 5 GameCube. What were you doing with 5 GameCubes? That doesn't even sound real. I want to be clear. I do believe you. Cassie Frog, thank you! An anonymous gifter, whoever you are, thank you so much. But, like, I do believe you, but I have 5 GameCubes. Sounds like something the most insufferable kid in kindergarten keeps telling the class, you know? You know? There was a girl in my first grade class who liked to lie about things, and I always found that kind of charming. It was kind of fun, but she would just lie about the randomest stuff. And once she was like, you know Velma from Scooby-Doo? No, it was Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I'm her cousin. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And she was like, my mom has them bleach my hair blonde at the salon, but naturally I look just like her. And I was like, wow, yeah, cool. Nice. Like, my favorite part was, like, that was not the least plausible part of that story. Yeah, the fictional character. Like she was like, oh, shoot, wait, I gotta make that more believable. My hair is dyed, right? My hair isn't naturally this color. Cause like, the rest of the story, plausible, could be, possibly true. Guys, I want to play too much Slay the Spire. It's my toxic trait. I've been, like, holding myself back. I barely get to play. I played the other night with a bunch of friends, and I played last night with a friend, but, like, I do not get to play as much as I want, and there is always this, like, yearning to play it on stream, because I'm like, what if I could kill 2 birds with a single stone? What if I could be a violent bird murderer? Grab boy, thank you! But I'm not going to, because I am a mature adult woman, and video games do not run my life, and I am capable of carrying on a conversation and making eye contact for a limited period of time, outside of work and video games. You need the bird murder! I need the bird murder! I need the bird murder! And if you play the game, you'll know that you do a lot of bird murdering in that game. There's a lot of bird murdering to be had. Caw-caw! Wait, oh my gosh! You're a first-time viewer! You heard I wanted to do medical robotics as a master's. I wanted to ask about my opinion on the industry. You plan on doing... Oh my gosh! MSc in control theory. And wanted to know if I think it's a good target industry. Listen, no one knows what any tech industry is doing right now. Anyone who tells you they do is wrong or lying. So, here's what I'll say. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing. But I wish you the best of luck, and that sounds really cool. I hope it works out. The bird murder, the birdering. Yes, I would like to commit murder, but I can't. I can't. Yeah, even civil engineering work is... Wait, Issa, is that true? I don't know a lot of civil engineers. I know, like, one civil engineer, and I've only ever met him when he's super drunk. He's, like, friends with my friend's friends. And so sometimes at the end of a night, we'll be, like, at a bar, and he'll be like, what's your name? And I'll be like, we've done this a lot. I'm Ellie. And he'll be like, oh, whoa, what do you do? And I'll be like, I'm an engineer. And he'll be like, I'm an engineer. And he'll get really excited about it. So I enjoy that interaction, so I never have a problem with it, but I have met that man probably 4 times now. You're a civil engineer, you don't know about the job market because you're just working. I mean, that's a good place to be. God willing, you stay working. I will say, I'm so sick of startups, guys. I'm so sick of startups. I know that this is like the worst case scenario, not the worst case. I know that this is like a bad case startup, but oh, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Skeletones, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello, I'm Ellie, and I hate working at a startup. It's exhausting, dude. The hours are so long. There's no free time. I don't do my laundry for, you know, fair reasons, not just because I'm a VTuber, you know? Like, startup culture is a plague. I know. There's this idea that, like, if you give someone enough Celsius, you don't have to give them human rights. And I, for one, I like human rights better than Celsius. I don't even think Celsius is good. You feel attacked that you have reasons to not do the laundry. I'm busy. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Like, literally, like, when would I do the laundry? Harley, I don't want to say you would. I don't want to say you would love Celsius. But I will say, you have the spirit of you, the spirit to you of a fine, upstanding young man who would love Celsius. Wait, so we all putting off laundry today? This is the thing, is like, when can I do it, right? Like, I can't leave my stuff in the machines. And like, I either have to wake up crazy early before work because it's in the office. Has your startup resorted to free nicotine supplements? They're not free, but oh my god, all of my coworkers do it. All of my coworkers. They don't smoke analog cigarettes, but they are just all the time. They've got Zyn, they've got nicotine patches, they've got fun subathon idea, laundry stream. Maybe we can. Maybe that'll be a sub goal. Kill me. They smoke digital cigarettes. Yeah. Yo, I'm sure that people have said this before, but like, electric versus acoustic being ADHD versus autism. Just like, think about it. Hold that, roll that around in your mind for a minute. Yeah, acoustic cigarettes. VTuber does her laundry live. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we'll even do a hand cam. But yeah, I want to do maybe some woodworking project with you guys. I want to do a lot of science learning stuff. I think it would be fun to get Dietary in here and maybe talk through. Yeah, I think that would be really, really fun. Wouldn't an acoustic cigarette be a hookah or a pipe? I feel like an acoustic cigarette is just like a cigarette, right? And then like an electric cigarette is like an e-cig. I feel like that's pretty, right? That's pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like. I imagine it's gonna be, I'm gonna eat lunch this time. This time when I do a subathon, I'm gonna eat lunch every day. And I am also gonna go to the bathroom. So, you know, that'll be good. That'll be a step up. And I'm gonna get a pillow for under my butt so that my butt doesn't get bruised. This time, we're gonna do great this time. This subathon, non-stop W's, honestly. Non-stop W's. Maybe some geology. Well, the point was to study up on things that I was gonna be learning in medical robotics, but... Are you still sitting on the piano chair? Yes, but it's a different piano chair. It's like a better piano chair. It swivels. I can swivel now, so... Self-care subathon. Oh, dude, speaking of self-care, I got bath bombs lately, and I've been a mad woman. I've been out of control with them. It's good that I'm bathing, I'm pleased, but I don't have the self-control. So I was like, you know, normally I'll buy myself a bath bomb, like, I don't know, a couple times a year. I'll be like, oh, I could get a Lush bath bomb and treat myself very nicely tonight, right? And then, you know, I'll come out of it smelling like, I don't know how to pronounce ylang ylang, but I'll come out of it smelling like ylang ylang, you know? But recently I got like a pack of bath bombs, of like 8 bath bombs, and I put the last 3 of them in one bath. This is why I could never start. I have such an addictive personality. Like, I am not capable of moderation. Like, I was like, oh, wow, 6 bath bombs in a package. I could have 6 baths. And I used one of them. And then the next one I was like, I could put 2 in there. And then the next one I was like, I could put 3 in there. And the bathwater was really opaque and it felt strange. I came out of it smelling almost too much like ylang ylang. After a point, the water would be saturated? Yeah, we didn't get there. I don't think that a bath bomb contains enough solute to, you know, to really, like, a bath has a lot of water in it, right? There's a lot of water in a bath. I think that you'd need more than 3, and they're not big bath bombs, but I think you need more than 3 bath bombs worth of... What the frick is ylang ylang? Dude, I don't know. I don't know. like all children of the urban sprawl of the United States of America, I grew up raised by a dying mall. And in that dying mall, there was a Bath and Body Works. And in that Bath and Body Works, there were candles that would have, like, I don't know, sandalwood, cedar, tobacco, and leather, and lavender written on them, right? Right? Was there a Cinnabon? Of course there was a Cinnabon. Juniper! Oh my god, you're so real for Juniper. And I... You know, you've never smelled these things in real life, but you've smelled the candles, and you've learned what each of those scents is, at least in the eyes of Bath and Body Works. Oh, I love Auntie Anne's. Oh my god, when you get those pretzel sticks that are covered in cinnamon sugar, and they're like so oily that the oil is like more of the mass than the bread itself. Oh, I love those. I love those so much. Guys, IRL stream where we walk around a dying mall. Are there any malls that are in good health? Because I really badly... I just want to remember what it was like. What a mall was. I never got to see a mall in its prime, I don't think. I feel like since I was a kid, like my earliest memory was like my mom being like, well, all the malls are dying because of online shopping. And then it's just, they've been dying for that long. Like if you are a kid, if you are an American my age, and in the neighborhood of my age, I feel like there is just one mall that you grew up near, maybe two, but probably one mall that you grew up near, and it has been like a terminally ill relative in your life since you were a child. Just like, you know, people bring it up, they're like, oh yeah, it's not got much longer, it's pretty sad, you know? Every time you go back there, they look a little bit worse, and you're just like, I wonder what they looked like when they were young, you know? Like, I feel like if you're a kid, if you were a kid in America in like the 2000s, 2010s, you have like an emotional connection to a terminally ill mall. Oh, Sparrow! Oh my god. My favorite thing about Sparrow is that it's not easy to go from an unvoiced consonant, like S, to a voiced consonant, like B, right? Sparrow, like the bird, sparrow, SP, is really easy. And ZB, because Z is voiced, it's just voiced S, right? Sparrow, also easy. But, whoa, Basil! Thank you so much! And Darm! I can't believe I missed it! Darm, thank you so much for a year! Oh my gosh! And Basil, thank you for ever. It's been a long time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But you can't really go from S to B. Sparrow. And this is, you're always kind of saying Sparrow, but you're just saying it really fast. Yeah. Sparrow. Yeah. Anyway, you miss Kmart's? I just barely remember Kmart. I remember my sisters being like, ugh, about going to Kmart. I don't even really remember the Kmart. I remember that we were staying at like a campground somewhere, and we had forgotten some stuff, and my mom was like, oh, we have to drive like 25 minutes to a Kmart. And my sisters were like, a Kmart! I don't really remember the Kmart itself. They had a lamp aisle. I love lamp. I don't know about you guys, but I love lamp. And my only memory of Kmart, but particularly with Home Depot, I love to do this. I love to go into the lamp row and just sit down and be bathed in the light. I love to just allow the light of 1,000 lamps to cure my seasonal affective disorder. Dude, I went to IKEA for the first time last year, and I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed, and I feel so bad about it, because I know that people are supposed to really love IKEA. But for me, I don't know. It was, okay, first of all, it was kind of dimly lit. Could have used more lamp IMO. Second of all, it was like a weird labyrinth. It was kind of spooky in the way that, like, I felt like I was being led through tunnels. Like, I didn't I never knew where I was in the store. We just kept going around corners and like through different people's living rooms. It felt like a nightmare, honestly. And I knew that I couldn't have the meatballs, right? Because it's in the name, right? And as we've discussed before, I am a vegetarian, not particularly for any reason except that I was raised that way. And if you are raised not eating something, then the idea of eating it, it feels weird. It feels weird. I don't know. We did a chicken nugget together as, one bite of a chicken nugget together, as a sub goal, last year. But, gross, honestly. It smelled gross and it tasted gross. And I'm not here to yuck your yums, chat. I know everybody loves a chicken nugget, but it really, I don't want to eat meat because it smells like sweat and it's striated. I'm just too picky and difficult for that stuff. We did a chicken nugget. Meatball next goal. I can't. Meatballs smell like BO, man. I can't eat them. They smell like BO. I can't. Don't make me do it. Ori really loves nuggets? What, is this like a bit, or does she? She has the tism chat? Ella, you don't even know. Ella, you don't even know. We've diagnosed more people with autism than like most psych clinics in this chat, I do believe. It's okay, you too. Good, honestly. It's kind of interesting because you have to like, the idea of meat makes you a little ill nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really, I didn't grow up eating it, and now the idea of eating it, bleh. So, I knew that I wasn't gonna have the meatballs, but I assumed that there would be like a whole cafeteria, right? Like people talk about the hot dogs at Costco, but if you're a vegetarian at Costco, there's still a ton of good foods to get, right? There's pizza, there's like, you know, weird dessert stuff, right? There's like churros, I think. I haven't been to Costco in a while. I think there are churros, guys. Did I dream this? Chat, did I dream this? No, it's just meatballs. I was so disappointed. I thought I would get some kind of snack, but I got no kind of snack. I got a tiny Christmas tree. I got a tiny little Christmas tree. That was my souvenir from IKEA. That's my notes for IKEA. Needs more open space, needs more lamps. Honestly, make it a Kmart. Just make it a Kmart with a food court. Honestly, just make it a food court. Okay, here's my idea for IKEA. Sparrow pizza. That's my pitch. IKEA is floor planned like a zoo. It is! You're right! That's what made it so uncomfortable! It was like a zoo, but the exhibits were just like people shopping for furniture, right? They'd be like sitting on the couches as though it was their living room, and so every time you turned a corner, you would have the sensation of having walked into someone else's home and just like come face to face with them, startled them. I don't know about going to the People Zoo. Although I will say, I was recently at the zoo. I was at the zoo last weekend, which was awesome, by the way. Boy, I love the zoo. And they had the petting zoo section, which I love. I love to go to the petting zoo and I love to touch an alpaca. That's my plan, right? I know that there's a petting zoo somewhere. You know, I've already planned since this morning that I'm gonna go and touch the alpaca. But they had renamed the petting zoo to be the children's zoo, which is not allowed. That's not allowed, actually. But there were two problems. There were two problems going on there. One, they have classed the petting zoo as the children's zoo, which, as not children, I don't appreciate necessarily. And two, it sounds an awful lot like they've just got children in there. And that's illegal. I did just go in. In case, for any of you concerned, did she get to touch the alpaca? Of course I got to touch the alpaca. I just went in. I just walked in, and there were people standing at the door, and they did have height measuring sticks. I don't know what that was about, but I just went in anyway. No one seemed to have a problem. Daycares are just children's zoos? No, they're not. No, they're not. Cog's right. That's an insane thing to say because the business plan of a daycare does not make its money out of allowing people to view the children in their care. That's not how a daycare works. I don't know if you've ever been to a daycare, but you can't just pay them at the door and be like, what can you tell me about this child? Can you just observe them from a window? I mean, by that logic, every house is a human zoo. Yeah, more like a sanctuary or a reserve. But you know what I'd say it's really like? The real equivalent of a daycare in the animal world is dog daycare, which exists. It's more like the US education system is a glorified daycare at this point? I don't think that's true. I don't know about you, but I learned a lot of things in school. I don't know what you were doing in school, but I was learning a lot of things. Some of them correct. Have you been back recently? I'm going back. That's the whole thing. Well, I mean, you know, not in... Sadly, it is becoming more of a daycare. I don't know. Here's what I'll say, is I feel like this panic has existed again forever. I feel like forever and ever, people are like, oh, the kids are stupid now. The kids are too stupid. They don't know anything. We're going too easy on the kids and now they're stupid. And I don't think it's ever true. Grade inflation is unfortunately very real. I don't think that makes it daycare though. Like I just don't. There is no US education system. There's 6,000 different systems that exist within the US. Yeah, that is true. That is actually very, very true. To be fair, they are illiterate. No, they're not. No, they're not. Oh my gosh. The reading comprehension stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. We're not doing it. I need to move this. I keep hitting it with my knee. I keep hitting my instrument with my knee. Okay, there we go. We're not doing it. We almost got her. But no, we're not doing it. The point is, yeah, kids do know how to read. The kids are okay. They will be up against problems that are different from the problems that we were up against. And their kids will be up against problems that are different from the problems they were up against. And the novel was at one point considered a brain-rotting piece of technology that would rob children of their intellect. So I just don't think she doesn't know. I don't know, man. I do know though. The kids are gonna be replaced with AI. The kids are gonna be okay. I was telling this to my friends because, okay, I have a friend who was talking about like, oh god, like I always wanted kids, but now like if I have kids, they're gonna have to deal with like global warming and no jobs and all this stuff. And it's like yeah, but they were already gonna have to deal with a lot of miserable stuff. Cause like, I don't know, man, have you met a kid? The average kid is kind of miserable, right? Like the average teenager is having a bad day right now. And they could be having a worse day, sure, but like if you want to bring a child into the world because you think they're gonna have a good time here, that was never a good policy. That was never a good plan. There is worth in existence, even in painful existence, and that is why people keep fighting to live, usually, even when their life is terrible. So, Issa, thank you! Thank you so much, you never have to. So, I feel like, yeah, you gotta try and give your kid a good time, but they weren't gonna have, like, an amazing time anyway. And I think it's okay. The average teen is, I'm 13 and this is deep. I don't know, man. The average teen is going through a lot. Like, I sometimes think about how hard it was to be 13. Like we talk about it as though it's just like a lack of perspective, but honestly, I had so little control over anything about my life, right? School is a job that you can't leave. You can't accept a different one. You can't change anything about it. If your coworkers are mean, if your boss is mean in school, there's nothing you can do. You're just kind of told to get through it, right? You probably don't know a lot about yourself. And that lack of self-knowledge is coming to bite you. Everyone around you is really insecure, right? And it means you're also really insecure. It makes all of your friendships really unstable. Everyone is changing faster than they can keep track of. I mean, you're growing, which means that your bones hurt, right? I feel like 13 was really hard. And I think we kind of forget that. You know, I don't think that 13 is hard because you're like, I'm 13 and this is deep. Although, you know, I'm an adult and I still get like, oh, that's so deep sometimes about stuff. Sometimes something will just hit me like that. I saw a movie about a lady who was raising wolf children with her wolf husband who died. He was a human. I want to be clear that none of this was furry stuff. He was a human man. He also like contained the soul of a wolf. Anyway, and then he died, and so she was raising the children, and the children were like wolves. And also, you know, wolf children. Okay, yeah. So I was watching this movie and I was just like, ugh. Like, I was just like sobbing uncontrollably. And not even in like it was sad, obviously, but I was just like, this is so beautiful. I have so much to learn from these wolf children. Wow, oh my gosh. Thank you, Astro, for the gifted sub to Bow. But yeah, it was a beautiful movie. And I feel like I was kind of blown away by the depth and power of it. And I feel like it's good. It's good that people are blown away by the depth and power of art. I feel like the idea that it makes you more mature to not engage with art that way, or more educated, I feel like that's not really, you know what I mean? Like, that's not better. I don't know. The idea that, like, I'm 13 and this is deep, like, how come you were capable of engaging with art more deeply and like comprehending poetry better when you were 13 than you are now, huh? Like, that's my question. When was the last time a piece of art made you cry? For me, I all the freaking time. All the freaking time. Yeah, chat pings to gift a sub to Bow is so funny. Yeah, you know, like someday how Bao will be raising her little wolf children. Although hopefully her wolf husband will not have perished, right? So calling out, thank you. Have you read Flowers for Algernon? I have not. I remember when other classes were reading it, but we read something else instead. And I didn't think, when you were 13, you were writing song lyrics with gel pens and drawing violent stick figure battles. Yeah, see? I don't know, man. I'm 14 and this is deep is when kids criticize the system because an AI-generated essay they turned in about something objectively wrong failed. I don't think that's what that is. And I have evidence for that, which is that when I was 14, there were no AI-generated essays. And people were still saying, oh, I'm 14 and this is deep about the things that we found compelling and important. And I will say, yeah, when Bao has her beautiful puppies. I will say that I think, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, okay, when they cheated back then, why do you have to make it disingenuous? Like, why do you need their appreciation of art and their feeling that a system is unjust to be disingenuous? Why is that, like, important for your understanding of the world? Like, can you not imagine a 14-year-old just, like, genuinely finding an argument compelling and interesting and feeling like the system is unfair? Like, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of 14-year-olds feel that way. When you were 13, you were writing cringy song lyrics? Oh, me too. Yeah, wait. Wait, I got this. Myself sing. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna do my little angsty songs. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna hear myself sing. Don't wanna be the sullied soul or the mess of meat it's in. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna hear myself think. Don't wanna be the. Oh man, I don't remember. Oh, I need to like look up the lyrics. Oh, okay. We're gonna look up the lyrics. I'm gonna find it for you guys, I promise. There we go, okay. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna hear myself sing. Don't wanna be the beating heart or the mind spiraling. I don't wanna be here, I don't wanna hear myself think. Don't wanna be the sullied soul or the mess of meat it's in. And I don't wanna be alive, I don't wanna be dead. Don't want the headache or the hand that's holding my head. Don't remember how to play sweet, I don't think I want to. Don't want the wanting or the sweetness I used to. And I don't want to die here, but I don't want to go somewhere new. I don't want to die alone, and I don't want to watch this kill you. And I don't want to be okay, I want that to be okay. Maybe better is a sick lie, maybe better is a trick you play. When I feel bad, I don't want to feel better. When I feel bad, I don't want to feel. When I feel bad, I don't want to feel better. When I feel bad, I don't want to feel. I don't want to be here, I don't want to hear myself sing. So yeah, the point is, like, obviously, the things you find deep at 14, the things you find surprising and beautiful at 14 will probably not be the things that you find surprising and deep and challenging. Thank you, Kitty Monic. When you're an adult, and I think that it's like fun and kind of silly to look back at the things that used to blow your mind. I sure didn't want a lot of things back then, Basil, that is true. But it's like, at the same time, I don't think that it makes it any less valid or beautiful. And I think that, at the very least, when you were a kid— oh, I have worse. Dude. I have worse. I have way worse. Oh my god. Oh, how did it, I can feel myself drifting now. Oh my god. Don't you know that you're turning slowly, softly, ceaselessly. Can't you feel yourself burning? I wrote this as a teenager. It's very bad. It's really bad. This is— oh god. What else do I have from like when I was a literal teenager? Da 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 da. Oh my god, I don't even remember how this stuff went. You keep saying your songs are bad, but they never— I mean, these are songs that I wrote when I was like in like middle and high school. These are not like these are not— I'm not sending my best, you know? You were so incurious as a kid, you're having your cringy creative state now in your 30s? Yes, Isa! Oh my god, that's awesome. I love that for you. I love that for you. And I feel like it happened kind of with a lot of engineers. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but— oh, it was awesome seeing me at WeebCon. You're curious, did I end up crying by the end of the line, or did I manage to hold it together? I did not cry. I did not cry. I was extremely nervous, but I eventually realized the important fact that you can just you can say a lot of the same conversation starters to people. You don't have to have something original to say to every person, which was the reason why I was like when I was talking to the first people, I had no idea. But then yeah, I realized you can just be like, how are you enjoying the con? And then they'll tell you how they're enjoying the con, and then you can you know, make you can ask further questions about the ways that they're enjoying the con. You don't actually have to have something unique to say to every person. Anyway, you wish you were creative enough to have a proper cringe phase. You are. Do it right now, Narf. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Passy, thank you. Oh my gosh. Aurora, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. Hello. Your brain will never let it be that easy. Listen, someday you'll die. That's all I got. Are you gonna be like cringing in your last moments? In your last moments on Earth, are you gonna be like, oh god, I wish I hadn't said that thing that one time? Or are you gonna be like, oh man, I wish I'd said that thing that one time? 'Cause here's the thing. I kept a spreadsheet for like 2 years. I kept a spreadsheet. Yeah, well, everyone except Wolf dies, of course. I kept a spreadsheet of everything that I wished I had said and everything that I did say that I wished I hadn't said. And what I'll say about it is that in the moment, I was much more likely to put down a check mark for something that I wished I had not said but had said, than for something that I wished I had said but hadn't said, right? You know, sometimes you think of a good joke and then you're like, oh, but is it good? And then you don't say it, and then the conversation moves on and you're like, oh, it was good, I should have said it, right? But at the end of the day, you're not really gonna be like, ooh, about that when you're in bed that night, right? At the end of the night, you're gonna be like, oh God, why did I say that, right? But like 5 years later, you look back at that spreadsheet and you're like, I don't care about any of this, right? Like I don't care about any of the things that I shouldn't have said. I don't even know those people anymore. I should have absolutely said everything, you know? Yeah, logically you know this, emotionally it's really hard. That's so fair. That's so fair. Ruby hit it best. The general gist was wincing at the past is a sign of growth. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, right? So, like, I have a spreadsheet of all of the things that I said that were like, oh, so cringe. Oh my God, I wish I could turn back time from, like, high school. And I look at it now and I'm just like, yeah, rock on, little dude. Yeah. You should have said it twice, honestly. You should have said it more. And I know that, like, you're learning this forever, right? We talked a bit about grad school at WeebCon. You have to leave to write a paper about the Alps. Have fun. Thank you. Good luck on your paper. Thank you, Space Captain. But yeah, it's also true that I still do this, right? Like I'm talking about this now and I'm like, oh yeah, just say everything. Just don't be afraid, actually. Just look your fear in the eyes and just be better than it. But at the same time, the other day at the office, I don't even remember, we were talking about mammal dentition, and I realized that I had been talking for too long and everyone was kind of like wandering away or trying to, and I had like ruined the conversation by talking a lot about mammal teeth. And I had that realization, and I did want to walk into the ocean. I did want to be swallowed by the Hudson River, and become start a new life as a city hag, as a witch of the depths. But instead I didn't, and now I can almost tell the story without wanting to chew my arms off. Oh. Because guys, okay, we did an escape room for work, we did an escape room, and there was a part where you had to like, oh, there are dinosaur bones in the plot of this escape room. Is City Hag the new city pop genre? Dude, I hope so. I'm gonna be writing so much City Hag. Then the bones were all like sheep bones. Like they had just gotten like a sheep skeleton. And like the skull was the skull of a sheep. And I was like, that's not a dinosaur, right? Like everyone can look at that and know that that's not a dinosaur. I think intuitively, even if not like, even if they can't point to things about it, right? You can't be serious. Wait, Neko, that's so good. That's so good. But I do think that like, anyone can look at sheep bones and be like, that doesn't look like it came out of a dinosaur. Sheep are dinosaurs' distant cousin? I mean, we're amniotes. I guess we're all amniotes. Well, sheep are synapsids and dinosaurs are diapsids, but you know, they could have got like a big bird skeleton. I know. They could have just found the remains of Big Bird and Ellie tried to do an augury with the bones, but the bones are wrong. How are herbivorous dinosaur teeth different from sheep teeth? Oh, okay, well this is actually really interesting. So, mammals, going back a long way, going back before what's technically a mammal, going back to stem mammals, you see dimetrodon, right? What does dimetrodon mean? It means di, two, metro, measure, don, like orthodontist, right? Tooth, two measured tooth. So going back to some of our earliest stem mammal relatives, the thing that defines them is that you have two measures of teeth. So when you're looking at mammals and all of our stem relatives, right? Mammals in STEM! Wait, that's so good. You're gonna find variety in the kinds of teeth in the mouth, right? So if you look in your own mouth, right, you'll see 3 really distinct kinds of teeth, even without knowing much about teeth, right? Now, if you think about the mouth of a reptile, you don't see that so much, right? Think about the mouth of a reptile, they don't have a ton of different kinds of teeth, you know? And so, even, I could hear me pull up you could hear me pull up my cheek. Yeah. And so, when you're thinking about an herbivorous reptile, let me see if I can pull up good pictures, actually. Herbivorous reptile versus mammal tooth. I'm sure there's gotta be like a good picture comparison, but all I'm seeing is just like, oh, predators have different kinds of teeth than herbivores. And like, yeah, but like, the answer is basically differentiation. The answer comes down basically to differentiation. If you're thinking about the kinds of grinding teeth that you're gonna see in the mouth of a reptile, they're gonna be I feel like the word is just homodont. But I could be wrong, so someone Google that, please. Basil, thank you so much for 5 gifted. But they're all gonna be the same, is the point. As opposed to, you're saying the escape room had a reptile malfunction. Yeah, anyway, so I ruined everyone's evening a little bit. And I'm still cringing about it, so I can't get down on any of y'all for cringing. Whereas, yeah, mammal herbivores have differentiated molars, even when they only have, right? If you are, okay, picture a mammalian herbivore, right? Picture a sheep. They got incisors at the front for cutting, and then they got grinding teeth at the back. Oh, hello, Lancidol. Yeah, reptile teeth tend to be more peg-like. Reptile teeth can be highly specialized. They're just, yeah, homodont. Having teeth of all the same type, as opposed to having differentiated teeth, which is kind of our thing. That's kind of, well, I mean, not my thing because I'm a robot, but your thing as humans. Guys, teeth is so crazy. Did y'all know? Do y'all know? Casketeer, thank you so much. That teeth started out not just as like armor, but as sensory organs. Teeth started on the skin as sensory organs. And they're still, to this day, so sensitive to temperature, right? And we think of that as a bug, but it was a feature. Reptiles have sharp pointed teeth for ripping and gripping? Some reptiles have sharp pointed teeth for ripping and gripping. Depends on the reptile. A lot of reptiles do, but not all reptiles. That explains the Triceratops and the mammoth? Well, the Triceratops didn't have teeth out there. The mammoth did, but those were less so for sensory reasons, we assume. But this is all relevant in the world of fish. Like, in the Devonian, teeth were on the outside, because it's really hard, right? It's like the hardest substance we can make, right? Your armored sensory features hold really hot pieces of food in place so it stops them from burning your tongue. Yes! Yes! You're surprised no one has asked this yet, but do I have a favorite dinosaur? Apparently most Americans don't. That's not my experience. I think I hang out with cooler Americans. I don't know. I like Carnotaurus. I think he's cool. I like that he looks like a T-Rex, but with the horns. I like the horns. I think they're fun. You were hoping I'd get to dermal denticles! Heck yeah, you knew I was getting to dermal denticles. That can't be true. I agree. Big egg! Oh my gosh! It's so good to see you again! Ah! Thank you so much! Thank you so much! I I am so glad. I'm so glad you've been here. And Casketeer, thank you. Ichi is your favorite. Oh my gosh. Do I have a favorite tooth? Okay, this is the thing is I feel a little bit like mall ninja about this. I feel like a little bit like mall goth aesthetic about this. I like choosing Carnotaurus as my favorite dinosaur and then saying my favorite teeth is canines. But they're the coolest ones. They're objectively the coolest ones. Yo! Neko Yuki Neko! Thank you so much for 10 gifted! Geiga-chan! Thank you so much! Thank you so much! Neko Yuki Neko! Thank you! Someone said that Dimetrodon was their favorite dinosaur, and I think they did that just to bait me. But it won't work today because I have learned social skills, actually. I've learned social skills, and I do not feel the need to tell you that that's not a dinosaur. We just discussed how that's a stem mammal. That's not a dinosaur. That's not a dinosaur. That's not even a diapsid. That's more distantly related from dinosaurs than, like, crocodiles. That's more distantly related from crocodiles than from dinosaurs than snakes. That's more distantly related than there were amphibious ancestors more closely related. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even. Man, I love Churchy. She's my favorite lizard. My favorite kind of lizard is Churchy. She sends me the most cursed stuff every day of my life. I was like looking at my messages at work, and like, she was like, "Thank you for being my trend, my Chinese friend," and I was like, "Thank you, but you know, like, I'm not Chinese," and she was like, "You're Chinese to me." Churchy, hi! Churchy, hi! Wait, you don't have to sub. I love her so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like literally working on our song today. I was working on our song, and I was like almost crying hearing the harmonies. Oh my god, the harmony that she did. You guys are not ready. I'm so excited. I've shown you guys the song, but it's probably been a while, so I might as well refresh the memory, I guess. But okay. Crossing fingers, picking clovers. I don't think the worst is. What is that? Worst is over yet. I think that's right. Worst is over yet. Yeah! Okay. The sun is sinking, getting lower, but we've still got hours till it sets. And you don't need to be alone right now. There are people in your phone. Find out. There's only one way to find out that you are never really on your own. You're so much braver than you know. Find out. There's only one way to find out. It's so low. We could change the key. Okay. There we go, okay. Crossing fingers, babe. That's gonna be so high, though. Picking clovers, I don't think the worst. What is that? Is it is over yet? The sun is sinking, getting lower, but we've still got hours till it sets. And you don't need to be alone right now. There are people in your phone. What is that? Phone, find out. There's only one way to find out. Wait, are people saying it's like da 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 da? Oh yeah, similarities for sure in that line, yeah. Well, wait, let's explore this. Okay, how does that go? Let me look up lyrics really quick. That's so crazy that no one's ever said it any other time I've played it. No, Heel, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Riptide too? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as we've discussed, a lot of songs are a little similar. Does she sing all the time? I don't know. I sing some of the time. There are VTubers in your phone right now. Don't look now, but there's VTubers in your phone. You were thinking it sounded like a Monsters and Men. That's so interesting. So I have a theory about this, and my theory is that it sounds like a song being played by a white girl on a ukulele, and so it reminds people of an era when all songs were covered by white girls on ukuleles more than it reminds them of any particular song. That's my theory. People are like, oh, I bet this is a lot like of Monsters and Men, but it's just because it's a white girl with a ukulele, and you know that song came out in 2012 when there were a lot of white girls with ukuleles. Let me see. Okay. Windmill, windmill for, what is that? For the land, turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. It is ticking, falling, what is that? Falling down, love forever, love is free. Let's turn together, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land, is everybody in? Okay. City's breaking. How does that part? City's breaking down on a camel's back. Just have to go cause they don't know where. So all you wanna, so while you feel the streets, it's appealing to see. You won't get undercounted cause you're done and free. You got a new horizon, it's ephemeral style. Melancholy town where we never smile. All I wanna hear is the message beep. My dreams, they got a kiss, they got her kissing cause I don't get sleep, no. We're improvising. That's not really sung. Windmill, windmill for the land, turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. It is ticking, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Let's turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land, is everybody in? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I have not tried to play that song before. But yeah, the chords are a little bit different, not just in key. The chord progression is a little bit different, but the melody is very similar. And you will find more of these things the more you listen to music. I don't know. I'm probably not going to change the melody anything to make it resemble the song less, because I don't think it's too similar. But yeah, there is definitely similarity in that line, and that's kind of fun. This just blasted you back. Yeah. The year is 2012. Obama is the president. The world is ending. Mayan prophecy. What else was 2012? I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel like it was party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time, and we gonna make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Yeah, I feel like it was that first Avengers movie. Yeah. Picture this. You're like a child seeing the Avengers movie with like your robotics team and one of your team members' cool older brothers and his friends, and they're all just like So, did you think that who did you think had the best butt in the movie? Which woman in the movie had the best butt? And you're all like, oh, we are children. You know, but you know. Anyway, that was my experience of seeing the first Avengers movie. It was very stressful. The Hulk! Of course the Hulk! He's got the biggest butt. He's got the biggest butt. You know, what could be... They say quantity over quality, right? That's what they say. Dude, I wish I'd been cool enough to say the Hulk at the time. I wish I'd said it. I believe what I said at the time was like, oh. Can we make that sound more pathetic? Can I like make my voice break? Just like, oh. Yeah, there we go. That's probably the sound that I made. There was only one woman? No, that's not true. There was another woman, I swear. Women in the Avengers movie. No, it's giving me all the Avengers movies, and there are like a billion freaking Avengers movies. Like, that's no way to live. Probably Loki. Was Loki? I guess Loki, yeah, Loki was like the primary antagonist of the first one. I haven't seen the first one since that day. 1.5 women. Maria Hill was the other one. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Which one was the one where they were just in a house the whole time? That was my least favorite Avengers film. I kind of stopped watching after that one. Which is the one that had, Pepper Potts was also in that movie. Thank you. That's who it was. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's who it was. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, which is the one where they're all just like in a house the whole time. Is that Ultron? Is that Ultron? Because that was a disappointing film-going experience. I was there. I had my icy. It was blue and red to form sort of like a purple soup that like melts during the trailers. And then the rest of the time, you'll like either be, you know, sucking air through the styrofoam at the top, or you'll be like just kind of drinking electric colored red 40 at the bottom, right? God, I love sugar sludge. Anyway, right? I went to go see one of the Avengers movies, and I had my icy, and they were just in a house the whole time. The whole dang time. Wait, guys, we have an important announcement to make today, and I almost forgot. I've been here yapping for an hour and 20 minutes. I have an important announcement to make, you guys. So, on top of the fact that I'm going to be streaming a little bit more, and on top of the fact that we are going to be doing a Subathon this summer, the important announcement is that we are holding a fan art competition. So, if there is a fan artist that you really like, that has made fan art that you really like, encourage them to submit. If you want to make a new piece of fan art for this competition, you are welcome to. If you want to use one that you've already posted, that you've already shared with the community, you're welcome to. This is how it's going to work. You submit, you have to have a valid PayPal to submit. Why? Because that is how Orchid 8 will give you your money. So, if you win this competition, posters will be made and sold. I will be buying one, I know, with the winning piece of art on it. And, you will get all of the proceeds from the sales of that art. How will you get them? You will get them through PayPal. So if you don't have a PayPal, you may not enter, because then I can't give you money. So, all of the proceeds go to the artist. You don't surrender any rights. Don't worry. All of the rights still belong to you. I do not have commercial rights to your work. You have commercial rights to your work, and if you enter, you are choosing to use those rights to sell your work. And yeah, so I am very excited about this. I wanted to do this forever. I'm doing it with Orchid 8, and I think it's going to be really, really fun. You must have a valid PayPal. You must be able to, like, legally sell your art. And no prompting, because that's lame. Art only, actually. Very generous. It's not actually generous at all. It doesn't cost me anything to do this. It doesn't cost me anything. Except I guess the cost of the poster, which I will be buying. Your art is so bad it's illegal to sell? I doubt it. I doubt it. So, I think it will be really fun. And there is no pressure, and we hopefully will be doing more in the future, and there is a possibility, depending on how things go, that we might even be able to do a runner-up on a postcard, which I think would be really fun. So, yeah, if you have made fan art, want to make fan art, now is a good time for it. And yeah, when do submissions end? So probably, so you certainly have 3 weeks. I want to make sure that we get all of the submissions that people want and that people have time to make their own art. You will certainly have 3 weeks. I think I set a voting date for like 4 weeks, but I don't remember exactly what it was. May, do you remember? Is it Ellie only, or can people add the bald boys? So it is any community fan art of this community. So if you want to add anyone else in it, right? It can be like, I don't know, Ellie meets, suddenly I cannot think of a single person in the whole world. What is voting going to be done through? It's May 16th when you start voting. Yes. So May 16th is when we start voting, and the end date is somewhere a week prior. You have 3 weeks. I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah, Ellie and Barney, you can do that. Ellie meets Force. Whatever you want, man. It's just, as long as it is fan art of this community, it doesn't even need to have me. It could just be code bugs. Whatever you feel, as long as it is fan art of this community, then you're good. Yeah. Ellie meets Barney and starts talking about dinosaur dentition. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Girl, hey! Girl, hey! Oh my gosh, wait, okay. I have something really embarrassing to tell you. Milk, I have something really incredibly embarrassing to tell you, which is that there is a girl on Twitter who I follow, who follows me, who is like a very similar looking model, and her name is like Milk Cat or something. And I have been interacting with her for months thinking that she was you. So, you know, there's that. Like, months! And the thing that's most embarrassing is that we do follow each other on Twitter. Like, at any point this could have been remedied. But like, my name on Twitter is Dumb Little Robot. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter. Can we see that other Twitter? I don't know. I don't know if that's like appropriate of me. I don't even know if this girl streams. But yeah, I've just been interacting with this random person thinking that it's you. But yeah, anyway, I miss you. I miss you more now that I know that I haven't been interacting with you. But yeah, if you just got here, and you don't know, we were in... Dude, Ellie, if it's who I think, then I've been having issues with that girl for years. Oh my god. I wasn't just interacting with a random, you know, milk-colored cat. I was interacting with your nemesis. That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh my god, we're forming a coalition. I've teamed up with your nemesis. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. That's so funny. That's so funny. So, your literal copycat. Wait, that's so good. Yes. Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked on me. She got me. I'm easily fooled, dude. I'm that dumb. Like, people always say, like, why do people copy each other's designs? It doesn't even make sense. It would never even work. And it literally worked on me. I was just like, oh, this is my friend Milk. Wow. I love to read the tweets of my friend. So I love to read the X posts of my friends. Oh my god, kick my teeth in. It literally says gullible on the ceiling. I believe you. I believe you. That's so funny. I got catfished. I got literally catfished. gosh, it's my friend the Nigerian prince. They sent me the Monero funds we discussed. You know, I'm looking back in my email and I don't see the funds that you're referencing. But please tell me more. I'm always looking for an exciting investment opportunity. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Kick my heterodont teeth in. Gullibility caught the cat. Wait, that's so funny. Wait, that's Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast in my chat? That's crazy. Are you interested in buying a bridge or maybe the Eiffel Tower? I don't think I can afford a bridge or maybe the Eiffel Tower. Are you interested in subletting a windowless dungeon barely big enough for a bed? There's a microwave. Can I send on Discord who it is? Okay, I'm finding them. I don't know how I'm gonna find them though, because their tweets literally just pop up for me. I don't remember their name, but let me see. I think I can. I'm just searching milk cat at the— yeah, there she is. Okay, I'm sending to you on Discord. Girl, what is your name on Discord? I'm so stupid. Oh my god. How did my ancestors survive? It's literally just Queen Cat. Put me in the ground. Put me under the ocean. Okay, now we await the response. Now that I've sent it over. Oh, it's her! Oh my god, I was literally interacting with your nemesis. That's so funny. That's so funny. Am I sure it was the right person? Yes, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. It's her. Oh. Oh my god. That's so funny. Dude, as far as I know, I don't have like any copycats. Oh my god. Wait, can I say any of this? I won't say any of this. That's so crazy. Oh my god. Okay, so I won't say any names obviously, but apparently she like calmed her model artist and rigger and used her model as ref, and like I will say they are very similar, and she like DM'd her about it and she insta-blocked her. And she still gets DMs about— wait, this is so funny. That's so funny. Oh my god. I befriended your literal nemesis. Oh. I did it. I've betrayed. Oh my god. I've betrayed the sacred VTuber code. Her name used to be even more similar. Yo, but like, what is the point of this? Like, I actually don't understand what the point of this is. But also, I will say that I think that if I encountered someone copying me and they had like— I mean, first of all, like, Dory deserves the business, like— you know, anyone should come Dory. But like, if someone had like almost exactly my model, the point is what I'm describing. Yeah, the fact that I was interacting with them for months on Twitter, that's so funny. Gonna copy Ellie? You already did. But yeah, the point is like, I don't know, if anyone copied me, I'd be like, oh my god, we're the same. We're like the same guy. I feel like I'd be kind of excited. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. At the same time, I feel like it's probably not done for like warm, sweet reasons. It is a form of flattery sometimes. I don't know. I can't get over that. It's me, Eleanor Tinybot. The Spider-Man meme of VTubers, Ellie Mitosis bot. That's such a gross image. Oh, but yeah, no, Elliot Megabot. Hello, it's me, Elliot Megabot. Dude, I was drinking seltzer and it splashed in my eyeball. Ah! guys! Eleanor Tinybot. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Just get an Ellybot with a mustache, and that's the only difference. Shoot, Mimi used to have that. I don't know if she still does, but she used to have a redeem where she would like put on like a Texan accent and a mustache, and she would pretend to be a different VTuber. It was awesome. El Tiny Robo. Carbonated drinks 1, Ellie 0. I know. The hardest thing, I was home from the office today, which is why I was working on music. Dilly, thank you! Because, okay, like my whole team was home from the office today, so I was like, I'm not freaking going in. So I went in my pajamas at like, I don't know, 6:30 a.m. this morning, and I just like grabbed my computer and left. I like passed one of the sales guys who was having a real early morning or late night, I don't know. And he was just like, oh, you know, like, wow, good morning. I didn't expect anyone else to be here. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. I just like walked back out. But it was really nice to have a day work from home because it meant that I got to work on music, which is exciting because I feel like I have so many songs in the works and I don't get to do any of them. They'll make an evil Ellie clone, but bodybuilder style? Yes! Wait, don't I have an emote for that? Don't I have an emote of, like, Buff Ellie? I feel like that was one of my favorites. I feel like that was, like, the best one. Where is it? It can't be gone. Oh, I found it. Yeah. Yeah, if someone wants to copy my design, if they do it like that, I would not be mad at all. I would just be excited. I'm not over this. I'll never be over this. It's L-E-E-X-E! Dude, I really should change my name. I should so change my name, but I just haven't, and at this point, I think we should all just accept that I'm probably not going to. At this point, I feel like the Minibot is part of me, you know? Like, it's such a bad name, it's such bad branding, it's such classic Ellie style to choose something without even Googling it. It's, like, literally trademarked. It's, like, terrible for SEO. It doesn't sound good or, like, describe me particularly, but at this point, I can't change it now. Just buy the Minibot brand. Dude, if I could just change my name on Spotify, if I could just make my name on Spotify Ellie, that would be so much better. Rebrand to Fifths. Classic. You said you want to keep streaming forever? It's not too late for a rebrand? I know. Maybe it'll be a sub-goal. But it's really annoying to handle with music. It's really hard to handle changing your name on music platforms and with your distributor. Maybe add EN to the end. Well, but Ellie can just, you can just be Ellie. Like, you can just be Ellie. Phipps, my beloved. Before seeing that clip about how you feel about your name, I thought you called yourself Minibot because you made Neurodog. No. I was Minibot for years before that. I'm just Elephant. I've just always been just L. like Stranger Things. Boy, I love Stranger Things. just L. Yeah, the most important thing about me is the L's anyway. L from Death Note. I don't know anything. Okay, here is the entirety of my knowledge about Death Note. Is that as a person who squats all the time, people will be like, wow, you're like L from Death Note. That's all I know. My entire knowledge of Death Note is that there's a guy in it and he squats. That's all I know about Death Note is, wait, Ellie's rebranding? Yeah, dog. Not really. We are gonna do an alternate outfit because I am going back to grad school. I want like a sort of a tired looking, you know, kind of disheveled grad student outfit with like droopy antenna and like so I am excited about that. Am I sitting or squatting on my piano bench right now? I'm sort of half squatting. I have like one leg up in like a squat position, like to my chest, and then I have the other leg down in like a sit position. But I was thinking of changing. I'm gonna get into a squat now because I feel like this is how I own my power, honestly. I feel like I've seen a lot of people on the internet lately talking about how they've been embodying their feminine, how they've been getting into their feminine. And and I don't know if this is grounding me in my feminine or not, but it's definitely grounding me in my selfhood. She's half Eastern European, so half squats. Wait, I told you guys, I know I've told this story, but I'm telling it again because it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Was that I was visiting Europe, and I was somewhere in Europe, and someone asked me, like, oh, are you Eastern European? And I want to clarify that I am half Eastern European. And, you know, there are, like, stereotypes around, like, oh, a lot of Eastern European models, right? And it's like, oh, like, you're kind of tall and, like, thin and stuff, right? And so I was thinking in my head, like, oh, because I have, like, pretty long hair, because I'm tall, right? Like, maybe they're saying I'm pretty. And I was like, yeah, how could you tell? And they were like, because you're wearing fake Adidas and you're squatting. Most deserved L of my life, honestly. Most deserved L of my life. That's the poster? That cannot be the poster. That cannot. Okay, listen. This will be done democratically. I will not be seizing. I will not be I will not be a despot, but that can't be the poster, right? That can't be the poster. Please, that can't be the that cannot be the poster. Oh my god. In situations like that, you just have to cope. Well, that's my secret, Cap. I'm always coping. That's my secret cope. I'm always capping. Ellie embracing the Eastern European roots to fake the election. Wait, am I allowed to say that? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What's exciting announcements? Is she becoming a mom? Not yet. Not yet. Jeez. Whoa! Natsuki, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, Raiders! Crow Worker raid! Welcome, Raiders! Hello, it is nice to see you. The announcement is not that I am becoming a mom. I feel like I've got a few more years. Although I will say I am on my way to hagdom, and I know this because I was Googling the process of freezing eggs. I was looking into, like, how do you freeze your eggs? Like, it's become a far off thought that does occur to me, and that's how I know I'm 100% a hag now. I'm like the haggiest hag ever. Ellie Mama announcement. Typically there are a couple other things you want to do first before you have a baby, but I don't know, to each their own. But yeah, I did Google, like, how does it work to freeze your eggs? And the answer is it's really complicated. It's really complicated, actually. Do y'all want to know about this? Because it's kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe it's not interesting to you, but I did not understand, I did not realize how intense and involved it was. You know, I just sort of assumed that it was like freezing a semen sample, which is not that hard. I mean, like, sometimes I suppose it could be quite challenging, but for the most part, it's not an invasive procedure, right? Whereas, if you need to freeze your eggs, you have to give yourself injections to make several eggs ripen at once, because normally they don't. And then they have to do, like, an ultrasound to check the follicles, and then they have to, like, get in there surgically, and it's a pretty non-invasive surgery, and it can be done under twilight sleep. But yeah, and then they have to get them out of you, and then they have to freeze them, and then if you want them later, they have to defrost them and test them, and that costs even more money, so a lot of people only consider the amount of money. Whoa, Dark Lord, thank you so much! Thank you so much for the raid! Spider Milk raid? What is this about? What is this? What is this? What is this? Welcome, Raiders, thank you so much! Thank you so much! And And so there is this idea, at least for me, I was like, oh yeah, if you can pay for the initial medication to stimulate, multiple eggs ripening at once and the surgery, then you can almost certainly afford, storage, right? Storage is an ongoing cost, but there are a lot of things that are deep frozen and stored, and it's not like they take up a lot of space, right? So I was thinking about that. Since you're a robot, would you just call it pause instead of menopause? Pause your robot. Chat, I promise I'm not menopausal yet, I promise. We've got like at least a year. Although I did say, we were talking in the balding group chat about like, oh god, like periods are terrible, periods are awful. And I was like, nope, I'm actually not gonna get them anymore. And they were like, how? And I was like, menopause speedrun, any percent, world record. So, maybe I will. Mini pause! Ellie mini pause. But yeah, I was looking, into it just because I was like curious. I don't know. It's like this thing that my work offers, and so I was wondering, like, before I leave, should I at least think about it, right? Before I go to grad school, should I like at least think about it? Because like, I don't know, I like free stuff. And it turns out that the defrosting part is actually really expensive because it can be, because they have you at that point, right? You might not. Is it covered by insurance? No, it's covered by my work. It's one of those things that like big fancy startups will do, is they'll cover freezing your eggs so that you give them your youth. Is there like a monthly charge to keep it frozen? Usually a yearly charge, and usually your initial freezing will come with a certain number of years in a package. And like, it's not like you have that many years where pregnancy is like super safe and viable anyway after your fertile years, so it kind of, right, I mean, people have had babies really old totally naturally, so like it ain't over till it's over. But broadly speaking, it's not like you want to be like having your babies really late anyway, because that can be really hard on your body in all kinds of ways. So yeah, they're turning human fertility into a subscription package, but then they're holding them hostage. So Luca's playing STS2 tonight? Wait, who? I want to play. Who? I want to play. I want to play so bad. Oh my god, I want to play. Electricity, Netflix, eggs. Baji! Does she want to play? Never mind. I can't. I said I wouldn't. I can't. I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't. So the Spire calls to me a little bit, but not that much. But yeah, then they hold them hostage, and if you want your sample back, they do this with sperm as well. You should know that whatever you are storing, look into what they're gonna charge you when they're done, when you want it back, because that's something that doesn't occur to people, and that can be thousands. That can be more than the cost of storing it initially. So just think about that, please. Just make sure that you think about that. They hold your DNA hostage. So I don't know if I'm gonna store my eggs or not. It's kind of a crazy thing to even be considering. And it is like an ongoing cost, but at the same time, it's like, it's free to store, and I would get a certain number of years with that storage. And, I think it would be, they sometimes mix up the eggs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Your friend looked into it. Storing sperm is expensive. Well, it very much depends on how and where you do it. There are ways that I almost would prefer storing eggs to storing sperm. Let me explain. If you're storing eggs, and there are options now where you can store from home, where you can store semen samples from home, but they're still pretty rare, and you have to be in certain locations, and they're a little bit less reliable. For the most part, right? If I were to store my eggs, I would go into a facility, I would take medication, I would inject myself with medication for like a couple weeks, and then I would go into a facility, they would perform a series of checkups on me, and then they would perform a very slight surgery while I was under twilight sleep with local anesthetic, right? To remove the eggs. Now this sounds horrible, this sounds really unpleasant. However, consider the fact that if I were storing the other kind of sample, you have to go into a room. You have to go into a room for that purpose. And you have to sit on the sticky couch, and there is a timer on the wall, because time is money and they can't let you stay in there all day. And you watch the timer count down on your sticky couch, and you have to produce a sample. Yeah, so my point is, it does seem like it's actually harder to me to do that than to inject yourself with medication and get a surgery. And it's like, it's particularly devastating because, you know, fertility declines in men as well, and it is important for everyone to know this, right? No matter who you are, no matter what kinds of gametes you have, your fertility will decline as you age. It's important for you to know that and for you to look into it, because when you go for fertility care, you will almost always be pushed to look into whether it's a problem with the eggs, a problem with the womb, a problem, right, with maternal age. But they will almost certainly not look into whether it is a problem with the semen. And you really, really should. You really, really should. Because all of the testing for eggs is gonna be more expensive and involved and painful and time consuming than testing semen quality. So if you are having trouble conceiving with your partner, in 50% of cases, there is a factor. There is a factor from the semen as well, and there is a lot that you can do to improve your seminal quality if you are trying to conceive. And I feel compelled to say this. Most fertility doctors treat couples and test both. No. Most clinics will focus on IVF because it's the most lucrative. Because that's where they make their money. They don't make money off of, you know, sending sperm samples to a lab. So yeah, make sure that you insist on testing all of the involved factors. Because it might save you a ton of money. You know, saving money at that time in your life is good. Oh, it is true that this is more of a US issue. If you are in other parts of the world, your healthcare professionals are going to be less motivated by profit, though probably still motivated by profit at least a little. And depending on where you are, it might not be a factor particularly at all. So it is important to consider that if you are somewhere where you feel like your providers are going to be very much motivated by profit, do not let them steer you into IVF before you have at least tested both partners and their fertility, because that can save you a lot of money and a lot of heartbreak. Because if the problem was with one partner's fertility anyway, and you do IVF, it's still not going to work, right? And you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to pay for that. You don't want to do multiple cycles of IVF only to find out that, you know, you paid for all of that for something that could have been solved ages ago. So, with anyone, your fertility is going to decline. I have a long time before my fertility would really decline, but at the same time, I'm probably not going to have another opportunity to store for free. And oh, good night, Camel! So, I mean, it's not necessarily, I don't think that this is like the biggest problem with society. I just think it's an important thing to know in case you are ever pursuing any kind of fertility treatment with your partner. Genuine question, why am I so interested in storing? Because it's free. So the way that I feel is like, I'm going back to school. I am pretty focused on my career. Depending on how school goes, there's a chance that I might want to stay longer, right? So right now I'm going into a master's program, but if I wanted to pursue a higher degree, which I might, I want to leave that window open for myself. And is it important to you that your child is genetically related to you? So, not particularly, but let me get deeper into it. So, buying and selling of genetic material is kind of weird. and I don't really like the way that it works. I thought about this a while ago because I had thought about selling my eggs. If you're naturally blonde, if you're above a certain height bracket, and if you're in a certain SAT bracket, if you've attended certain schools, you can sell your eggs for a lot of money. And it was something that I had considered when I was in a worse financial situation many years before I knew any of you. So it was something that I had considered at the time, although I wasn't old enough then. There are ages of consent for these things. And at this point, it's not something I'm really motivated by, but I find the fact that it's like purchasing DNA kind of gross and uncomfortable. So, I don't really like it. I don't really like that. I don't want to have to participate in that process. I don't want to have to be, like, choosing stuff like that. It's weird. And then you have another factor, which is that adoption, we're all told a story about adoption, which is that, like, oh, adoption is this really good and moral thing. What about these children who don't have anyone? Adoption doesn't really work like that. Adoption doesn't really work like that. Friend of yours was a surrogate mother. It's a beautiful line of work if you can do it, but yeah. Adoption doesn't work like that. Basically, personally, I know I want to have babies, man. I don't want to, like, I would love a kid. And if for some reason, somehow, a kid ended up in my care, of course I would care for that kid and I would love that kid. But I want babies. That's just an experience that I want to have in my life. I want to raise a baby, you know? So, like, I know that I would want to adopt a baby. And once you're looking at adopting babies, this is the thing, is that people love babies. There just aren't a lot of situations where someone actively and, you know, willingly gives up their baby. It's just not as common a situation as you might imagine. It gets really thorny, and there is an international market that's quite exploitative that centers around getting people to give up their babies. Their young babies, and it's not good. And there are a lot of systems in place where, for example, you know, you don't have enough money to give your baby a good life, so you give up your baby. And some adoption agency that convinced you to do that, that convinced you that that was the best thing for your baby, maybe even manipulated you into it, they make a lot of money off of that deal. And you don't. But you're imagining, well, I have to give my baby up because I don't have the money. But imagine if that money had just gone to you instead, and then you could raise your baby with that money, you know? And so that is how a lot of situations work. And I don't want to get too deep into that because it's kind of a sad thing. But our whole view of, right, adoption, certainly if you are adopting someone with a disability, if you are adopting someone older, right? These are all situations where there very well may be someone who needs your help. But a lot of the disabilities that make a person more adoptable, they're not visible in babies. And again, a lot of the time when people are giving up children with disabilities, they're not doing it because they don't love them. They're doing that because they can't afford to care for them, which is really sad because why are we talking about adoption? Okay, so I was talking about my work offers free egg storage. So if I want to freeze my eggs, I can do it for free right now. I would still have to pay ongoing storage costs, and I would still have to pay to get them back at the end. And I have a long time before my fertility would decline, but I also don't want to pass up the opportunity to do something for free that I might not have the opportunity to do for free again. So that's more so in the US? That's not true. That's not true at all. Most of these babies are not coming from the US. So for me, you know, someone was saying, like, do you care if your baby is genetically related to you? Cha-cha! No way! Oh my gosh, wait, this is a perfect time for a cha-cha raid! Wow, we're literally talking about motherhood! That's so funny! Hi, cha-cha, I love you. Hi, Mom! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Welcome, Raiders! I was literally talking about. Oh my gosh, Tasha, I would actually love your views on this. I would love your vibes on this. Like, I really am trying to figure it out. So, I am leaving my company soon, right? I'm leaving my company soon because I want to go back to school, right? And I don't know how long I want to stay in school. Right now, it looks like I'm getting a master's, but what if I want to stay for the PhD, right? What if I love it so much and I don't want to leave and I want to spend some time in school again? So I have a bunch of time still. However, mayhemstever, I'm not going to have the opportunity to do this for free again in the near future. So do I do it now because it's free and then pay the storage costs the whole time? Or, and knowing full well that I may decide then to have a baby anyway during the years when I wouldn't even need to use those eggs, and then I would just be like, throw them away, I guess. Or, oh, wait, she's calling? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hello? Hello! Wait, are you talking? I don't hear you. Hello? Oh, okay, one sec. Got it. Got it. Oh my god, she's so cute. She's so cute. Look at her.
Awa, awa. Awa, awa.
Hello!
Am I working now?
Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. How are you? I miss you.
Perfect.
It's been so long.
I love you too. I miss you too. Okay, so repeat that. So what's going on? You're getting an opportunity to get a free PhD? How does that work?
No. Okay, so I'm going back to school, right? However, my current company that I'm leaving soon to go back to school offers free egg storage. Now, I'm not like at the point where I need to do that, but it's free. And like,
I see.
I don't know how long I want to stay in school. Like, I haven't actually decided whether I want to go back for 1 year and just get my master's or if I want to be back for a while. So do I freeze eggs? This is such a weird thing to be discussed. Hi, Twitch.tv.
I don't think it's weird. Have you looked up how much it costs to freeze your eggs?
So yes, and it's very location dependent. There are places in the world where you can do it for like very little, but then again, you have to then transport them and like secure liquid nitrogen transport to wherever you want them.
Right.
In the area I'm in now, it's like in the realm of 20,000.
Okay. And how much would it cost? Okay, so if you take up that offer, does that mean any kind of transfer of those eggs, they're going to pay for it because they started the process, or no?
So I would still have to like pay for transferring if I wanted them somewhere other than where I am, but realistically, I would probably want to just like do that here anyway, so.
Okay, so how much would that be to transfer it? Like, what kind of extra money care do you need to put in?
So I would budget
the eggs
5K depending, right? Like let's imagine like my life goes a very different direction. Like so much is happening, and I'm like the age when you would really start needing to have frozen eggs, right? You're like, I don't know, like nearing 40, right? And that's a long way away. So considering that like these might be in storage for up to like, I don't know, let's like for you know, a decade even, right? Let's imagine like I would be budgeting about 5,000 in total for retrieval and for the extra storage time.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's super not bad.
Have you said how old you are on stream?
No.
Before okay.
I have not.
Okay. Are you worried about timeline?
I don't know. There's like,
because another thing about storing your eggs is that you could, even if you out-aged or whatever, ideal age for having baby, you could always go for surrogacy as well. So that's another option. But surrogacy is expensive too. I mean, paying a surrogate can be anywhere from 30 grand to 100 grand.
I didn't know it could be as cheap as 30. That's kind of crazy.
No, I had a sister who was I had never said this before, but I
Oh.
had a sister who was a paid surrogate and she got paid 30 grand
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then they also cover like
to be
all
a
of the
surrogate.
medical bills and like various wellness
Yes,
stuff and yeah.
correct. Yeah. So that would be something too, is that, yeah, depending on the company that you go with, and I don't know how much surrogacy would cost in the future and everything.
Yeah.
I had another friend who did freeze her eggs, and she gave birth via IVF,
Mhm.
and so she really liked freezing her eggs.
Can I ask how old she
Um,
was when she did that? Both when she
yeah,
froze and when she had her babies?
she was 25 when she did that.
Ah, see, that's what I've been told is just like everything is like just freeze them now. But also I can't tell what's just like commercials, you know, like do you trust your hairdresser to tell you when you need a haircut? You know, like I feel like so much of the information that I can find is by clinics and all of the clinics are like,
Hmm.
"Yes, freeze them immediately. Freeze them now," you know?
Right. For her, I know that she actually had two babies via IVF with her, and she had two boys.
Mhm.
And I think she was, shoot, how old was she when she did that?
Did she have multiples? I know
35
multiples are more common with IVF, or did she just have them like in succession?
in succession.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she had one boy at like 35 and like another one at like 37, I believe. And
Oh,
so and she carried them both.
okay. Cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I wish
Yeah.
I like people talk about the multiples being a bad thing with IVF, but like, oh my god, that sounds awesome, dude. Like two, you know, two for the price of one. You only have to do pregnancy once. Like I know that it would suck. I know.
In principle, it sounds great as a convenience. But in reality, I mean, double the baby, double the immediate stress, especially if you're having like
Oh
if that's your
yeah.
first baby. I would not want twins as a first baby. Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, that's pretty rough.
As a first time experience, I mean, maybe your second pregnancy, but like your first,
I
help
don't.
you. Help. I hope you have a huge support network. I hope you have meals prepped for an entire month in your freezer. You will need
Oh,
them. Yeah,
the
a lot of help.
what scares me about twins is just the idea of like how do you feed them? How do you feed two?
Tandem feeding. Honestly,
Ah!
if I had twins, with the experience that I have now, oh, I could absolutely do tandem feeding, and it would not be hard at
She's
all.
dual
But like,
wielding.
unless yeah, dual wielding baby. Honestly, at first it would probably be difficult and it'd be a learning curve, but like after a couple of months you could probably tandem feed and be no problem.
What? Okay, this is like maybe this is not a question on Twitch that I can ask, but like what? I know that there is a huge learning curve to feeding, but like what is it? Because from an outsider's perspective, it does just kind of seem like it comes out of there, you know?
From the breast?
Yeah, and just into the baby. Like what is the learning? Like I know that there is like serious important wisdom that was like lost in the move to formula and needed to be like rebuilt and taught and passed down and you need to learn, but like how why what because it seems like it would be very straightforward. I know it's not, but it seems like it would be.
Sometimes women do have a problem with their supply, and that's why they do formula. So that can be an issue. Sometimes it's the baby that has a tongue tie and they have trouble
Oh.
like suckling correctly. Getting a good latch is really, really, really important. And so if they have a tongue
What is
tie,
a tongue tie?
um, so the frenulum underneath your tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, so that can be shortened. If that's short,
Oh,
then
then you can't
you
raise
don't
your
have
tongue.
correct, and you can't get the mouth range of motion you need to latch.
Is that common? How does it get fixed?
You would have to cut the frenulum.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have to like you have to catch it, You have to see like, okay, does my baby have a tongue tie? You'd have to talk to your nurse and check. But like typically when you go to a hospital, the nurses check with you to make sure that your baby and you have a good latch. And there's also a lot of breastfeeding support within the hospitals. So, I mean, it's typically not a problem. I will say that with my experience with nursing, if your baby is not nursing correctly, you will get mastitis, which sucks. Yeah.
That I know about because like my sister got it and it was a nightmare.
Oh, it's horrible. You have to sometimes you can get, antibiotics and stuff like that to help. But the way I solved it, and again, I was on stream with you, and well, I wasn't on stream, but I was talking in chat with you and Minnie and Church. I had a crunchy mom phase.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Yeah, and so what I did to fix my mastitis is I massaged all of the lymphatic from that the inflamed breast, and I also cooled the swelling with a cabbage leaf. So I took cabbage leaves, and that helped to pull, I don't know how, but it actually did help in relieving the swelling from the mastitis that I had.
That's fascinating.
When I was nursing. And then expressing the milk. Like, you have to if you want to get rid of mastitis, the milk has to come out, and it has to come down the right passageways so that the infection leaves, so that it gets out of there.
What are the wrong passageways?
Well, you have tons of lymphatic passageways, and typically what happens for mastitis, you have like
does the milk
node.
go in the lymph?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, like you have milk ducts, like literal ducts of milk.
Yeah. Those I know about. And yeah. Oh, that's horrible. It never occurred to me. I never knew what it was. I just assumed it was like an infection of the milk ducts. I didn't realize it was so much deeper than that.
And so the milk does have to flow out of it in order to get rid of the mastitis. So you have to keep. Basically, what you do is you take your own breast and you oh shoot, what is the word? Basically, you self-milk yourself.
You express.
Express. That's the word. Thank you. But that's pretty common. Like, you basically go to a sink and you express the milk out yourself. So yeah, when I didn't have a pump, there was a time where I was just basically expressing milk, and it was really fast too. Honestly, it was really fast. I could just express the milk out myself faster than a pump could.
Well, I guess people did do that before pumps, but
yeah.
Wow. That sounds rough though. It sounds like painful. Like if you already have mastitis and you have to be like, painful.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It can be really painful. But, I mean, as long as your baby's got a good latch, then it really isn't a problem. So that's why breastfeeding correctly is important. And then you can also take your baby and then, like, this is crazy, but you can actually solve the mastitis by having the baby, like, milk in the right position. So basically, you rotate the baby in the direction where the pain is flowing from. And so the baby will suction in that line of fluid to get rid of the mastitis.
Wait, I really love get rotated infant.
Yeah, so you rotate the baby. You rotate the baby in the direction that you need the milk to go through.
Wait, so if you were like kind of a crunchy mom, how long did you breastfeed?
Oh shoot. It depends. My eldest, I nursed her for 2 years.
Yeah, my sister kept on nursing for a while because it was before you could get COVID shots for kids.
Yes.
But like there's some transfer of immunity through milk. So
yes.
she was like, I really don't want my kid who already has like asthma to get COVID when they're like 1.5. So we continue.
Yep. You know what the craziest story about breast milk is? Okay, breast milk is so useful. There was one time I got pink eye, and actually one of the best ways to get rid of pink eye is breast milk.
What?
So I took my own breast milk. Yes, and so I took my own breast milk, and I was able to get rid of the pink eye using my own breast
milk. Is it just
milk.
like really antimicrobial or something? Like,
yes.
How does that work?
It's really it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
And I was able to fix my pink eye in 24 hours.
Oh my god. Whoa. Yep. That's insane. Yep. Dude, I had no idea. I knew that it was like important for stuff. But I didn't know that it could like cure pink eye.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. Yeah, breast milk is pretty magical that way. What else can this stuff do? Yeah, no, it's pretty cool that way. I think there's something else it can help with, but I can't remember at the top of my head. For sure, it fixed my own pink eye though.
That's awesome.
My kid came home from preschool, and I was nursing. I think it was my second child, and I was able to use the breast milk to get rid of my pink eye from that. So really helpful. But yeah, typically 18 months to 2 years is how long I nursed each child, except for my third. She only nursed for 4 months, and
then she was
and then I got pregnant.
Done. Oh, okay.
So here's another thing too. As long as you are nursing heavily, as long as you are actively nursing, it acts as birth control.
What?
You will not get pregnant if you're nursing.
What?
You will not get pregnant if you're nursing. You will not get pregnant if you're nursing.
Is that like how they used to do it in the olden days?
Yeah. Basically. So anyway, but it's because your body is basically saying, I'm already caring for a baby.
We have
I'm not
enough
getting pregnant
going on.
Again. We have enough going on. We can't handle a pregnancy at the same time.
That makes so much sense.
As long as you were actively nursing. So my child stopped, my third kid stopped nursing completely at 4 months, and then I immediately got pregnant afterwards. So my kids are back to back. My youngest two are about 13 months apart.
Whoa! What is like the minimum?
Yeah.
Like what's the closest together to? I'm looking it up. Non-twins.
I think it's 11 months apart is what is possible. 11 months apart.
Closest births ever. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna get this.
So Irish twins are a thing.
What are they?
A lot of people, Irish twins, basically a baby that's born a direct year after the last baby you've had.
Oh, okay. So like literally just 1 year apart.
Yes. So instead of 13 months apart, but people still say, oh, so you have Irish twins. I'm like, yeah, kind of. I mean, not technically. But I mean, whenever I go to the store, people ask me all the time if my youngest two are twins, because my youngest is actually just a bit taller than my third kid. Yeah.
My sisters are like 14 months apart. Like they're like really close.
Really close. Yeah.
And then like 8 years later, me.
That's funny.
Definitely that's a big gap. Definitely. I was told that I was a pleasant surprise, that everyone was delighted that it was a surprise.
That's what I told my youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A surprise, baby.
That's what my youngest remembers. She tells people I wasn't supposed to be born in the happiest little tone, and it's like, no, you were wanted. You were wanted.
You were a surprise,
I promise.
But you were a pleasant surprise.
That's right. Exactly. To answer your question about freezing your eggs, I think that if you're worried about it, if you're concerned about basically out aging or whatever, and you really want to take advantage, I mean, $20,000 in savings, I mean, that's a big freaking deal. That's a lot of money. So, I mean, if they take your eggs, they're taking all of them, right? Or is there an option to keep some of them?
No. They just do, so they take like, I think it's 15 to 20 they take, and then you're good.
And then the rest are viable?
Yeah. So I could still, like, if I do this, I can still totally have my own babies down the line. Well, I mean,
then you should take advantage of it.
But yeah.
Then you should take advantage of it then.
Really?
You should just do it then. Yeah, you should freeze 15 eggs. I mean, if they're not taking all of your eggs, if it's like
they're not just like scooping your ovaries out with melon ballers.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm just like, how is this working for you? No, I mean, if they're still leaving your eggs, you should just take it as an extra opportunity.
Just do it, I guess. But there are like side effects, and you do have to like give yourself injections, which is hard because I'm a little baby. And also apparently it gives you like really miserable like morning sickness basically.
How long do you have to take injections for?
I think it's like over a month. I think it's like a couple months.
A couple of months? Okay.
Yeah, I can get through it. No, you're so right.
How easy are the injections to do? Like, is it, I don't know, is it like one of those like diabetes things where like you just put like a pinprick there and then boop?
I don't know exactly, but I think it's not too bad. It's like anyone who gives themselves any hormone via pen. It's gonna be similar to that.
I would take advantage.
Okay.
I would take advantage.
Okay,
yeah, take advantage of them. It's free. It's free. Do it. Take advantage of them.
We'll store those little prototypes, and someday maybe I will build robots.
Heck yeah!
Thank you. Thank you for all of this. I really appreciate it. I did not expect you to hop on a call, but also it's just really nice talking to you.
Absolutely. No, anytime. Seriously. Yeah, if you have any other questions about mom stuff, I've got you.
'Cause like I want babies. I just also it's very hard because there's a lot of other stuff you have to do first.
Yes. Yeah, no, there is. So yeah. No, I think it's good prep. I think it's a nice plan B or whatever. I think it's smart planning, honestly.
And then if I want to be in, grad school for 100,000 billion years, I can still make robots at the end of it.
No, you could. Yeah. And if you wanted to like say, man, I'm going to be so real. Having a baby does change your body permanently.
I know. My sister tells me this all the time. She's like, before you have a child, you have to take naked pictures of yourself because you'll never be the same. And I don't even know what the frick she's talking about, but like, yeah.
So, I mean, I'll reveal the TMI. So, like, your stomach does stretch significantly to hold a human being.
Yeah.
And then, it doesn't just spring back like a rubber band. You do get loose skin. You do get the tiger stripes. Mm-hmm. But the thing that is mournful, okay, are your boobs.
I don't have those.
Well, but listen. You will develop them if you get pregnant.
Wait, really?
And here's the thing.
For free?
Yes. For free. You will grow them. You will grow a pair.
Huh.
Yes. However, okay, so here's the thing. They're going to look hot. They're going to look so nice while you are creating milk.
Okay.
While you are creating milk, they will look great. And then when you're done producing milk, they'll be like sad water balloons.
You know what? This is still like we're ending up better than we started, right? Like
yes. Yeah, I mean, you could get the right kind of bra and then basically get like a push-up bra and, it'll look nice.
Oh my god, I'm going to get to wear a real bra.
Yeah, so I mean there's that too. But I'll be real, like I'm getting I don't know if you heard about this, but I'm getting surgery on the 21st.
Oh my gosh, what?
And
I had not heard.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm getting a mommy makeover. I'm getting an abdominal plasty. So all of the birthing that I had, I'm going to get my stomach snatched.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm getting a new set of tits. So they won't be sad anymore.
Brand new. Brand new tits. Fresh off the rack.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's all thanks to VTubing, honestly. I wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Congratulations. Yeah. That's huge. Oh my gosh.
No, it is. Mm-hmm.
Are you nervous? Are you excited? How are you feeling?
I'm so excited. It hurt my wallet. It was 30 grand, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's like what I'm saving on storing my eggs. So maybe when I'm done, because like the only thing that scares me is like it tears your abdominal muscles apart.
Yes, and that's exactly what they're going to repair during the mommy makeover. He's going to go in.
Yeah?
He's going to go in and he's going to sew my muscles back together because I do have some incontinence when it comes to like going, like I go frequently to the bathroom, like more than normal.
Is that why
and it's because of those. Yep. It's because of the ripped muscles. Uh-huh.
So they're going to stitch that back together. They're going to snatch that waist. They're going to
Yes.
Are you getting like just lift or are you getting implants as well? Is that okay?
No, I'm getting implants.
Heck yeah!
I'm getting lifts. I'm getting implants. I'm getting new babombos.
Yeah! Wow! What? How big?
Yeah.
Can I ask?
I don't know. I just said, just make him look good, and he's gonna do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome! Yep.
Yep.
I love that we have this technology because, like, on the one hand, it's super worth it, right? Like, you get to like become a mother and have babies and like that's beautiful and you get this fundamental piece of the human experience. But also like it does suck that then you pee forever when you sneeze. And if they can like fix that up,
hate that.
If they can just like fix that up and
we're gonna get patched. We're gonna get
patched. Dude, we're gonna get patched.
Because I tell you, it's not just sneezing. I can't go on a trampoline. Like, every time I jump on the trampoline, I pee a little, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's actually not okay with me. I love trampolines. I love trampolines way too much. I want to be able to jump on a trampoline with my kid. Oh my god.
That's right. Yep.
I'm so glad that this exists. This is actually so exciting to know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get my. I don't know. I might just tell them just like put them back how they were before with my with my boobs. Like if they do just like hang sadly because that will make me sad. If they start looking like sad, you know, maybe I'll just be like just take them back off. Just make it like it was before.
But I was going to say that because you're getting your eggs frozen, you could potentially also have a surrogacy, so you don't have to birth the babies.
Oh, but
you could still have the babies.
I don't know. I want the horrible body horror of like they're
you
growing
want
inside
the
of me.
Okay. All right.
And
okay.
then you can like feel them kick and like there's like a life in you. You know, like I kind of want that. I want to fire up a onboard 3D printer, man. I want to.
At the very end, it's like, dude, you don't even pay rent. Get out of me! Get out! It's horrible, man.
Well, but then they do. And then that's horrible.
And then they do.
Then that's the worst time.
And then birth. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad that I could give you some info.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. All right. Well, I'll let you go. Have a great stream, Ellie.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you so much for your wisdom. I love you. You're so beautiful. I can't wait to see you at the next con and see your beautiful new boobs.
Where are you going? Are you going to Offkai? Are you going to Offkai?
I'm not going to be there in person.
Dag nabbit. Okay, when's the next one you're going to?
I'm not sure. Probably TCU.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I love you, Ellie.
I love
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. That was fun. That was cool. We learned so much. I'm also sorry, chat. I hope that was all right. Because I never really know where to draw lines. Here's what I'll say. Is like, I want to have a broadly comfortable, family-friendly stream. But I also am an adult. I don't, like, pretend not to be. And I don't want to like, feign confusion or, I don't like spurning my own curiosity. If I'm curious about something, I like to get to the bottom of that. I like to pursue that. And this is always interesting body processes, Literally family friendly. Yeah. A lot of people, like, I feel like we don't talk enough about like the actual, what it entails. And for me, I feel, as a professor, you love my curiosity. Wow, let's go. I love your curiosity because you stayed through that. And I think it's, women have evolved to have narrower pelvic floors and babies have bigger and bigger heads, so it causes a ton of birth-related issues. Yeah, when you think about the fact that we walk upright, right? So when you think about other animals, right, their hips are not rotated, right? Their hips they point downwards, right? Our hips had to rotate for us to be able to stand upright, right? We're kind of bent the wrong way. And that gives us a maximum on our hip width. And then you add in the fact that we have these huge freaking brains. We have these huge, enormous brains. And that means big head, little hips. It's gonna be a nightmare getting the baby out of there, you know? Like, I know that. You know that. We all know that. If there's one thing, get rotated hip. If there's one thing I feel like, get bent Homo sapiens. If there's one thing I feel like we all know about the whole thing, it's that, like, giving birth is really hard and painful. And so obviously I'm scared for that, but, like, I feel like I'm scared in the way that, like, I'm not ready. No one's ever ready. Not that this is happening soon. That's the whole point of freezing the eggs. But at the same time, you're pretty sure you would never have learned this in your life, but it's still good to know. Yeah, no, I feel like it's good for everyone to know. You know, when I think about it, there was a time when everyone would have just kind of been exposed to birth and to death, right? These were just kind of things that happened around you. They were things that you were aware of. They were things that you, like, interacted with people through the immediate, you know, lead up and aftermath of. But then now it's something that's kind of very distant from us, right? People die at hospitals and we don't really see that, right? We're not often around our loved ones when we lose them, and we're not often around when the people around us have babies, right? And so birth and death are things that have become, I feel like, kind of more obscured than they used to be. People used to have like 12 kids because half wouldn't make it. I mean, it's a slight exaggeration, but it is true. The birth rates used to be way high. The death rates used to be way high. Infant mortality rate specifically used to be way high. That and the birth rate is tanking. I mean, okay, it's complicated, right? It's not really tanking. It's been dropping pretty steadily for a very long time. We are, obviously as a planet, not even close to under replacement rate. So to say that the birth rate is tanking, it's not really true. However, you know, we are under replacement in some countries, right? And we are nearing being under replacement in others. And I don't know. I learned about this way before I feel like other people did, because I took a class that was like super fake. Okay, so do you guys know the AP classes? It's like IB, but for Americans. And yes, I know that IB is also for Americans, but AP is more common here. So, AP classes. Some of them are dumb as rocks. And I took one called AP Human Geography because it was fake, and I knew that I would get a 5. That's the good grade on those. Without having to do any work. But, incidentally, I did accidentally wind up doing some work. So... I was familiar with the population pyramids and the shapes of those graphs for a really long time, right? Like, we learned then and there that, like, America would be close to or under its replacement rate if not for immigration, which was keeping our population growth really healthy and keeping our population curve healthy. So, like, I've known that since I was a kid, right? So I feel like now people are having this, like, weird, like, emergency thing where they're like, oh my god, the birth rate is tanking. And it's like, this has been happening for years. We were tending in this direction, right? This was happening. This has been happening for so long. And I think babies are cool. And I think more of them would be good. Malthus was so wrong and his ideas did so much damage to our ideas about children. Okay, yes, Malthus was very wrong. So Thomas Malthus was a guy who believed, basically, that the population would keep increasing, and because the idea was that food production increases arithmetically, right? So, you know, you plant a field of wheat, you plant another field of wheat, now you have 2 fields of wheat, right? But that population increased geometrically, right? His idea was 2 people have 3 babies. Each of those 3 babies has 3 babies. Now, suddenly, right, we are increasing at a parabolic rate, right? We're increasing, but yeah, dude never looked at population responses to stressors, and he had no idea how much humans would innovate. So when you think about the fact that his whole theory was grounded on the idea that human population grows exponentially, but food and resources only grow arithmetically, that's not true. That's not true, because our technology has enabled us to get so much more food out of the same area of land, right? That actually has increased exponentially. Why are people just saying exponentially in my chat? Why are people just saying exponentially in my chat? Geometrically is a valid way to say this. When is you getting married, Ellie Minibot? Not yet. I'm going to grad school. But anyway, so his idea, right, was that human population go up exponentially, food go up arithmetically. Big problem. Kaz, thank you so much for 10 gifted. Thank you. Thank you. And this was actually a more recent problem even in our history, right? So Malthus is quite old, right? That's an old issue. But yeah, Neo-Malthusian movement. The population, what was it called? The population something. The population bomb or something? There was there was a book that was published that was really, really popular, that basically had the idea that, like, see how many people there are? More than ever. People are having so many babies. They're gonna have all the babies. No, it was not called the baby boom. It was called the population something. I think it was the population bomb. Let me look it up. Population bomb. Yeah, the population bomb was a 1968 book co-authored by former Stanford University professor Paul Ehrlich and former Stanford senior researcher in conservation, whatever. But yeah, the idea was, again, that, we're gonna overpopulate. And, like, even for me, I feel like when I was growing up, I was way more exposed to the idea that there are too many people on Earth, they're using all the resources, we're not gonna be able to keep up, there's too many people being born, someone has to do something. Like, I was way more exposed to that idea than I was to the idea that there weren't enough babies. Ellie over here plotting to be part of the bomb! But then, in this class, I learned that, no, not at all. Would we ever have to worry about genetic diversity? Probably not. We're pretty diverse. And diversity is not, like, a fixed resource, right? We're developing it constantly, right? Every baby that's born is introducing some genetic diversity. So unless people are, like, artificially bottlenecked or isolated, we have to worry about genetic diversity less than ever, because instead of people marrying their cousins because that's who lives near them, people are marrying people, that they meet in college on the other side of the world, right? So in some ways, I think we have to worry less. But yeah. Humans have a ton of genetic diversity. So then in school, like, in this class, I was for the first time exposed to the idea that, like, people are actually not overpopulating the world. And there's plenty of, wow, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Honey! People are not overpopulating the world, and we need growth to support growth. And it's actually a good thing to have, babies being born. And there are all kinds of things that make it difficult right now to have babies. I know a lot more people who want to have babies than I know who are having them. And I know for me personally, being myself, I would love to have babies. Like if I lived in a situation where I could go to school and have babies and, like, know that I would get to do both and that these opportunities wouldn't be limited, and that, I probably would be, like, trying to get on that. But because that's not really an option with the other things that I want to do right now, it's much harder, right? And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know that there are a lot of smart people working on this. Ellie would be such a good dad. Thank you. Thank you. This is a reference to when I was little. We had to write down what we wanted to be when we grew up, and we had to write down like our top 3 options, and I said I wanted to be a dad like my dad. I just didn't really understand the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be an excellent dad, I'm sure. Right, doctor? But yeah, so I definitely want to have babies, but it's hard for any number of reasons, you know? And like, as long as I'm gonna be moving around and in school, I mean, listen, my parents had me when they were in grad school. My parents, well, I guess doing like postdoc stuff, my parents had me, they raised my sisters in graduate housing. Like, in graduate housing, they built themselves a really strange, precarious loft bed, and in their graduate housing dorm room, basically, they had 2 babies. They had my sisters, like, a year and a couple months apart. And then, after all of that studying and getting through all of that, they had me. So, like, did they get any sleep? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, they were tough, but like, I don't know that I could do that, man. I don't know that I could do that, and even if I could, I don't know if I could find someone who would want to do that with me. If you marry a woman, you could become a dad? How does that work? Wait, explain this process to me. How do I become a dad if I marry a woman? How does that work? How? Science, baby. Science, baby. You can be a dad either way. Yeah, personally, I intend to be a kind of a dad about stuff. Like, you know, like I'm gonna be a mom, but I think I'm also gonna be like kind of a dad about some stuff. There is a PhD student in your program who walked in for her degree while heavily assisted by her advisor because she was 9 months pregnant and her child like literally was due a day later. Oh my god. Oh, I aspire. That's so cool. That's so cool. You thought Clippers would be weird making a bunch of clips talking about this, but does she actually talk about family and marriage this much? What? This is the first time I've talked about family and marriage in a long time. And it was in response to a pretty reasonable question, which was, what is the announcement? Are you having a baby? Which is not the announcement. And I don't think that Clippers are being weird. I don't know. I talk a lot about all of my different aspirations. Personally, I have a few aspirations, and I think all of them are fairly compatible. Let me tell you guys what I want in my life, because I don't know if I'm gonna get all these things. I think it's good to know what you want so that you can work towards it. I want a scientific career where I can always continue to be learning more and doing technical work. I want to help people in that career. I want a career that feels like I am doing something positive for the world. I want more education. I have for so long. I want to go back to school and I want to learn as much as I can. I want babies. I like them. I want babies. I want a dog but that's curly. I want a curly dog, you know? Because it looks like they're wearing little pants all the time. It looks like they're wearing little pants, and I like how their tails are with the curly fluff. So I want a curly dog. Ideally. This is what else do I want? I have a list somewhere. Yeah, also hypoallergenic, which is good, you know? What if your kid's friend has asthma, right? So personally, I just like to think ahead, and I like to think about how I'm gonna get towards what I want. So I'm extremely lucky that you guys have given me the opportunity, much like Cha-Cha can get the surgery so that she doesn't pee when she sneezes, and so that she can get brand new bazombas. I can, because of this wonderful opportunity, go to school. go back to school and learn more, and study more, and find a career that lets me help people and do something technical in a field that's always evolving. And I want, yeah, and you know, I really appreciate that, because that is a dream. Get a Basenji, that's the breed you got? Are they curly? I didn't think Basenjis were curly. I thought I would wind up, oh yeah, I'll hydrate. I thought I could wind up with, Ellie's parents, you can be anything you want when you grow up. Ellie, okay, well first we gotta have a curly dog. Medical robotics is the plan, yeah. So, yeah, and music. I wanna, play music. I wanna play music with my friends. Wait, do you make music? I do make music. I make music all the time. It's okay. I'll play you some music if you want. I'll play some music. What? Always the same mistakes. Frozen, I watch your face. Are you laughing or annoyed? I lose the signal in the noise. Around, I know they built me wrong. Tried to be what they wanted, but I'm... I haven't played this in so long, but I'm still me. All that I know how to be. Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. If I try my best, I try my best, but I'll never pass the unit test. Gathering data, running the numbers, practice my smile. But sometimes I wonder if my best were good enough. Could it be a feature, not a bug? How does the second verse start? Guys, wait, I haven't played this in so long, I don't remember it. I'm so dumb. How am I literally so dumb? Bugs was your introduction to Ellie. Okay, wait, I'm Googling it. I'm just gonna Google it. Googling my own lyrics, and I think they might be wrong, but that's okay, because they're more correct than not remembering them at all. I learned to play pretend. Me dies and nod my head, and I fall into the void. I lose the signal in the noise. Whoa, Niloko! Thank you so much for 5 gifted! Thank you! Around me, living things are flying, perfect and undeniably strange. Maybe I could be that way. Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. I try my best, but I'll never pass the unit test. Gathering data, running the numbers, loud as cicadas, swarming in hundreds if they are good enough. Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. I gotta scroll! Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. If I try my best, I don't need to pass the unit test. Following passions, looking for others, sharing our projects and what we discover. And when we discover that we're good enough, maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Yeah, I messed up so much. I haven't played that song in ages. Oh man, I need to play more. I haven't gotten opportunities because we haven't been doing music streams. I don't even have my banjo hooked up right now. So I'm playing the ukulele like in true white girl fashion. What oh yeah, we could do come with me, we're going out, tie up your laces, tell me all about the month it's been. The best cure for feeling lost is getting lost together somewhere we can just exist. Losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. No, Sunny, those were amazing, actually. Those were peak. Those were absolute peak. She rewrote the lyrics of my song to be about drawing all of the windows that she had to draw for her art piece. And she made it me and my stupid art instead of me and my stupid heart. Sorry. I don't... Where was I? Losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. And even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. Wait, Sunny, you write songs? Dude, no one ever told me. Can I hear them? Like privately, like not, like, unless you wanted to share them on stream right now, but I assume that you don't if they're like secret notepad files, but like, I would love, I didn't know that there were Sunny originals out there. I want to hear them. Wait, sorry, okay, call me late, left my ringer on, I've got no plans tomorrow, we can talk all night. That's cool though, I want to hear. Send you pictures from the summer, no, it doesn't seem that long ago, the world was bright. You're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. Even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. And you don't owe me happiness, and you don't owe me anything. I'm here for all the ways you've changed and everyone you've ever been. So come with me, we're going out, tie up your laces, tell me how. Tell me how you're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. Even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. Yeah. I don't know, it's not my best, but it's one I've been thinking about a lot lately because the friend that I wrote it about and for, I wrote it when I moved to New York, and I wasn't going to be close to those friends anymore physically. And it was a heartbreaking thought, and now that I'm going to school, I'm going to be so much farther from them. And we've talked about it, and we've promised that we will not let distance get between us. But it is scary, and so there's a way that I feel like I need that song more than ever to remind me that we will still be close to them, and we will still be close to each other, we'll still be close to each other, even with the distance. Yeah, thank goodness for instant communication. I can, call them anytime, all the time, and we'll stay close. We'll stay close. Thank you. The royal we, yeah. The dream song, yeah. Where's a capo? I know I have one somewhere. 1 second, I'll be right back. Honestly, Triple J's seem more likely when I'm in grad school. Probably true. I miss Triple J streams. For those of you who don't know, Triple J was the incredibly silly, like, sort of, I don't know how to describe it. I would do the sort of, like, weird unfiltered streams with my IRL friends. And I miss them so much. Pond scum for life. Pond scum, stay true. We will never forget Jelly. Jelly is my Oshi. And maybe they'll happen again now. Crossing fingers, picking clovers. I don't think the worst is over yet. The sun is sinking, getting lower, but we've still got hours till it sets. And you don't need to be alone right now. There are people in your phone. Find out. There's only one way to find out that you were never really on your own. You're so much braver than you know. Find out. There's only one way to find out. Hope is getting heavier. I know it feels like this is how it ends. But every city's built on ruins. We'll rebuild and watch it fall again. And you don't need to be alone right now. There are people in your phone. Find out. There's only one way to find out that you were never really on your own. You're so much braver than you know. Find out. There's only one way to find out. There's a part of you still waiting for a call that's never gonna come. We spend our worst nights making monsters out of all the people that we love. But there's a light still on for, what is that? On for you, and a world waiting to prove that you don't need to be alone right now. There are people in your phone. Find out. There's only one way to find out that you were never really on your own. If you don't try, you'll never know. Find out. There's only one way to find out. Wait, what is the last part? Tell me when the sky starts falling, we can watch it lying on our backs. Maybe when it all breaks open, sunlight will be shining through the cracks. Yeah, that's a song about when it feels like everything is going wrong, and you could just call your friend about it instead of spiraling about it. And one day when I really needed that, and when a bunch of people in my life kind of felt like they all needed that, I dreamed that I was singing it with my dear friend Churchy, one of my best friends in the world, and singing it with her made me feel better. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, I have a song now. I had never written a song in a dream before. Play Born in the USA? Born in the USA, I was born in the USA. I don't know the rest of it. That's all I know. Dude, that's all I know of that song. That's like the only part. You could tell me that the verse was anything and I would believe you. I don't think I've ever heard the verse of that song. I think I've only ever heard drunk guys sing it, that much of it, on the sidewalk. Whoa! Oh my gosh! You love listening to my music. You always listen to Ghosting and Boats and Birds. those are both covers, and they're I love those songs. I love those songs. We got a birthday! Legal Painter, let's go. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Legal Painter. Happy birthday to you. Yeah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know Born in the USA real well. But I saw a request for Afar. See you coming. I play it way too cool. I leave you wondering, but I haven't played this in like. I leave you wondering, but I am crazy for you. Don't let you get too close, 'cause I know how this goes. Oh my gosh. And it's just to do without. Oh yeah, I have a toggle for this. Let me find it. I always forget what it is. That's not it. That's definitely not it. That's no. We can leave him. He can stay. That's not right. Now I'm sweating and crying. I'm a mess. I'm falling apart over here. Where's my freaking banjo? There we go. It is a ukulele. It's fine. It's fine. We're playing a ukulele right now anyway. That's perfect. Life. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. I'm looking up life right now. Cause I don't remember how I used to play it. Oh, it's been so long. Okay, cool. I think this is right. Could walk. Okay. If I could walk right beside you, show you just who I am, you know I would. The memories we made fade. I realize we'll never be the same. Why can't you see my view? Eye to eye, what's fake, what's true? You go on and grow past by all that I've known. I'm left here all alone. Recycled thoughts I'm fed keep racing through my head till there's nowhere left to go. I gotta scroll. Waiting here for you, what am I to do? What am I to do when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone? And is overdue, voices calling to voices that I knew all along. When you're gone, my hands reach up onto my face, and I don't feel a thing, and I never realized the pain of this thing I call life. Lies. And every day I'm changing and my thoughts keep rearranging. I don't know if it's all real or fiction. My memory is hazy, can't be sure if what I'm thinking's a lie. Don't let me go, I can't go. You go on and grow past by all that I've known. I'm left here all alone. Final scroll, final scroll. Recycled thoughts I'm fed keep racing in my head till there's nowhere left to go. I'm always waiting here for you. What am I to do? What am I to do when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone? And is overdue, voices calling to voices that I knew all along. When you're gone, my hands reach up onto my face, and I won't feel a thing, and I never realized the pain of this thing I call life. I'm fighting just to find. Oh no. Oh, overdue, voices calling to voices that I knew all along. When you're gone, my hands reach up to my face, and I don't feel a thing, and I never realized the pain of this thing I call life. Yeah! That was fun. I haven't done that one in ages. It's been so long since I've done music requests, man. King of Cactus, Pagan Spaghetti, thank you so much for the subs. I'm sorry if I missed anyone else. Cammy, thank you. Somewhat. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Legal Painter for their birthday. Yo, you were from the meet and greet. Well, it's lovely to meet you and greet you. That was so fun. Can I do boom? Maybe. Maybe. I have never tried to do boom. Okay, let me... My nose is all sniffling because I wasn't crying while singing Life. So now I'm sniffly because I was not crying. Okay. See? Okay, the chords are not up, which means that we're just gonna find the lyrics and we're gonna improvise it, and we're gonna do probably pretty bad. But I love this song. I love this song, so we're gonna do our best. She's been told before, no one does it like her. Automated war. I'm the newest king of your tragedy. War, see the consequences. It was your decision. Submit to me my mission. Praise me now. Take you all to my new nirvana. You got what you wanted. Blood runs on me. Come alive, and now I'll tear you down. You said I'm crazy, here's insane. I swear I'll put you all to shame. In the end, it was just too freaking good to regret. We gotta scroll so much. Oh my gosh, I don't know. This is crazy. Oh my god. But we're gonna skip a bit because take. I don't remember it. Oh, to my new nirvana, you got what you wanted. Blood runs on me, come alive, and now I'll tear you down. You said I'm crazy, here's insane. I swear I'll put you all to shame. In the end, it was just too freaking good to regret. Boom! Yeah, how does it go? Boom! Boom! And then I'll make you scream my name much louder than beg me. Boom! I feel like I'm not nailing. I can't do any kind of metal vocals at all. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing because I have a song out that's like metal, and I want someone who can actually do metal vocals to cover it so bad. I want it so bad. It's so sad that I am incapable. Literally the cutest boom. That's impossible because Evil did the cutest boom actually. Baji covered it twice. Yeah. It's more adorable than metal. It's pretty metal actually. It's pretty metal. Time to learn metal vocals. It's not gonna happen, man. Listen. We're all built for what we're built for. And I'm not saying you can't learn anything. You can, but I know that like it's not gonna be an easy. Time to summon Opie Katy Cat. I actually wrote to her about it a while ago. She's like super busy. She like just did her debut and everything. But I did write to her to be like, hey, I have a metal song. I'll mix it for you. Please. Because I just want to hear Don't Look Down with like actual vocals. Does Lena do metal? I don't think Lena sings metal vocals. Am I wrong? I think she's just kind of an alt girl and you just assumed that an alt girl would be able. Vocal, please. The accent you have works really well with Dawn? What's Dawn? Who's Dawn? Does Lena even sing? I don't know. She likes metal music, yeah, but I don't think she sings it. You know, liking something does not make you good at it, as I know. Fruit? I've never met Fruit. I don't know her, actually. So, yeah. Whoa, sometimes you sound like Soko in their early songs, like Dandy Cowboys? Huh, I don't know who that is. You used to have a friend that was really close to Katie, but yeah, it's hard to keep in touch. People lose each other all the time. Can Baji sing metal? Probably. She sings really well. If Lena belted out some groans, you would die. You and half the internet. Coco can sing metal, probably. You can't just choose all of the girls who look like they had a goth phase and just decide that they can sing metal. That's not how this works. Baji was metal? I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Wait, what? Lena was on a song with Annie and that's crazy. Oh my god, the lore is deep, man. May can probably sing metal. Yeah, I bet she can. I bet she can. Cha-Cha could do it. I bet. She's got such a pretty voice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Krelly? I've never heard her sing. I don't know. Did you miss the announcement? The announcement is that we're doing a fan art poster. The winning piece of art will be made into a poster by Orchid 8, and the artist will receive all of the proceeds. And it's just a fun thing to do, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. We have so many amazing artists in the community, and I'm really excited. Yeah, a poster that we can buy with money. I will also be buying it. So, yeah, and then the winning artist will get all the proceeds, and it'll be a limited run of the poster, possibly with a runner-up as a postcard. We'll see. Cerber could do it? Oh my god. Cerber could do anything. She has such a beautiful voice. She has such a beautiful voice. Vettel could sing it? Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I believe in him. I believe in the boy. So, with that said, it is, in fact, after 10, and I do have to be at work very early tomorrow. However, this was so much fun. Aqua has a beautiful voice, and I missed you guys, and I've had such a wonderful time tonight. We didn't even do anything, we just yapped, and it was wonderful. Oh, Issa is amazing. Oh my god, we're working on a song together, and I live and die every day. Go get your eggs frozen. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, work towards your goals in realistic, positive ways that don't make you miserable. This might make me a little miserable, but I think afterwards I'll have a lot of peace of mind because I'll know that I'll be free to study and not have to think about it, and it's fine, you know? It was an egg day. Egg frozen raid? Absolutely not. We are not raiding with the raid message egg frozen raid. Absolutely, that will not happen. No, that's disastrous. That's a nightmare. So who we raid? Oh my gosh, there are too many good options. Shumi's live. Just Jane is live. So I was apparently like one of her first subscribers, which I didn't even know. She's writing some software right now. There's Claire Pigs, who I love. She's, you know, music and cats are two really good things and they go well together. I feel I'm so bad at choosing. I'm always so bad at choosing. I think we gotta go Shumi because she's making all of her friends in Tamagotchi life, and I want to see if she's made me. So Jane does deserve more attention though. Shoot, I don't know what to do. Frick. Coin toss. Okay, we are rating Jane. We are rating Jane. I am so excited. I will see you guys in her chat. I don't know. This was so much fun. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Let's start this raid. This is fun. We haven't raided someone we don't know very well in a long time. I feel like we've just been raiding like our 3 best friends on loop. So it'll be really good. It'll be really good to like, yeah. Okay. I love you guys. Sleep so well. Good night. I'll see you in her chat.
Necessary, maybe. Okay, let us try. Girls' C library. I can't do any